Hello, Internet. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I know. Well, I was about to say you can't respond. But I'm like, wait a minute. Yes, you can. There's a chat function.
Yeah, let's
Hi.
spam Dungeon Dad.
Or we could not.
Emote.
You know, that's also an option. But or you could go ahead. Justin worked hard on the emote. We should respect his work.
If you're a subscriber, you get to play with that emote.
What do you mean play? Hang on. I don't like
Whoop,
the.
whoop.
I don't like the. I don't like the way. I don't phrasing.
I'm in danger.
I hope I'm not. Okay. So, hi everybody. So, welcome. Good to see you. Sorry about last week, but like I think like 3 of us had issues going on last week, so
And the
it was
world
rough.
was on fire.
And the world was a little on fire. How about yours? That's the way I like it. And
I don't want to set the
Before I
world
sing-
on fire.
before I sing all of All Star, Justin, do you have any channel announcements?
No. Maybe.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Usual schedule
Yeah,
games.
usual shit.
How close are we to our 1 year or our 2 year anniversary of streaming?
February 13th.
That's pretty close. That's like less than a month away now. Look at that.
Then 3-year channel anniversary, July sometime.
Wow. So you should join us for those days because I believe we are doing special things for them.
Trying to if people sign up. Currently
Yes.
0 signups. So maybe I'll just stream me playing video games like Phasmophobia or
Oh my
Among
gosh.
Us.
I could stream me playing Overwatch. I get so angry.
I'd play Overwatch with
I also
you.
have Overwatch.
It is
so
like it.
Let's play
it, like,
Overwatch, guys.
It's an immediate rage response. Like the moment I start doing like slightly subpar, I'm like, "This game sucks. Why do I play this game?"
we'll just do 12 hours of Overwatch on Saturday.
I love it.
Saturday.
As long as I can sit here cross-stitching and provide bitchy commentary on how you're performing.
Totally.
That sounds perfect. All right.
Probably just be able to do that, yeah. Because if no one's signing up for like RPGs and stuff, I'll just do something else. Just 12 hours of me staring into my webcam.
What was that? What was the thing? There was someone did like a fireside like Yule log video where it's just them sitting there
Matt Mercer.
staring into the was it Matt Mercer? Yeah, where it's just like him staring into the camera for like however many hours, and everyone was like, "Is this looping or is he just sitting here this
Yeah.
long?"
Oh, we're raising money for Color of Change.
There we go. We got there.
It popped up in the chat, and I remembered. Because we hate white supremacists in this house. So,
boy, we do.
if you hate white supremacists too, which you should, if you're here watching this stuff.
If you don't, leave.
Yeah, if you don't, fuck off. I will. No. So, yeah, the links in the chat will be posted throughout chat. Goal's $500 because we're not a big channel. So if we hit $500, that would be so good. So if you have any money to spare, the link's popping up in chat every once in a while. And if you don't, I get it because pandemic.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then I believe that brings us to a recap. So, where we last left off, the party had made their way into the nation of Kukui. They began by fighting with some border guards who were basically like, "Ooh, a Triton. We can get a promotion out of that." And ended up getting aided by some turncoats who were in the area rescuing other people who had been captured at the border for tenuous reasons. Brought to the coast, where they then found their way onto a underwater barge pulled by killer whales, run by a Triton. Drusilla was unhappy with being in the water. It was not fun. Hannibal was the exact opposite reaction for his first time in the ocean. They sailed along underwater, and then they arrived in the coastal city of Aketu, which is the centermost city in the Grand Bay of Kukui, on which their 3 major port cities sit. Kukui is a very maritime-based nation, although in the past they were much more so. They are, in fact, this is the nation where basically the common language of this continent originated, due to their large-scale conquest of the continent's coast, about like a couple hundred years ago to 1,000 years ago, somewhere in that ancient era timeline. So yeah, they arrived. They walked around. They checked out some of like the docks and the shops and things. Ilvem and Drusilla got some leave-in conditioner from KO, one of your new friends. They all got food, and then Xanorn went and took Poppy to a stable. Ilvem and Drusilla went and hung out at a park. And Hannibal and Sid went up to the office of the local suzerain, a Triton in charge of the city, to speak about, well, Hannibal's stuff, business, past, just what's going on with him.
Prince.
Made their way to the top of the lighthouse. They were basically shuffled right to the front of the line. And yeah, the suzerain was basically just like, huh, that's weird, but like, yeah, you're probably somebody. Someone's probably looking for you, or was 30 some years ago when you were born. So yeah, so she was like, yeah, I'm gonna send a letter, like an express letter, to our nearest, to the nearest like deep city on the bottom of the ocean, and see if someone can tell us what's going on there. In the meantime, she was like, yeah, you consider yourselves my, like, you and all of your friends / siblings, you're guests in my city, and while you're here, I will set you up with a house. There's some very nice elderly couple that loves having guests from out of town. They will put you up while you're in town, and I will also, like, if you want to go to the local dinosaur racetrack, you have my box seat, and if you need clothes for that, because I understand you're traveling, like, I'll set you up with a tailor and you can all get some nice clothes. So we ended the session. You ended the session as you were all coming up to the front gates of the Kaoni estate, which is where you were told that they would be expecting you, because they would be offering to host you for however long you're in town. And again, you see, as you come up to the front, it's a city estate, so it's kind of this whole area is kind of compact. You're kind of on, like, you're in a like sloped section where, so the streets are pretty steep, and then the houses kind of like stick out at a straight line, almost on like steps. You can see that this like whole property basically is surrounded by a relatively high wall, but inside you can see like just the tops of gardens and things. This L-shaped house fills up the kind of back end of it, and you can see like vines and ivy through trellises going along the inside of the house. It looks like it is just filled with plant matter and just gardens. And the inside, you can inside there you can also hear like the slight bubbling of water, indicating probably the presence of a fountain. Just even standing here, though, it smells lovely. It seems like all of the most fragrant, sweet smelling flowers seem to be inside, and just like as the wind blows, you just get hit by a wave of just nice, pleasant smelling plants. It seems like this garden was planted for smell first and appearance second. And you're standing out. So you're standing outside the front gates of and they're not very big. It's just like almost like a garden gate, wrought iron, and then the house is further in. And KO goes up and because he came with you to make introductions, knocks on the gate, and then a few minutes later, a elderly couple, both with an elderly couple opens the door, just very, very old looking. They're probably in their 80s or 90s at this point. It's hard to tell. You can tell that they spend a lot of time outdoors. Their skin is like that. It's that level of wrinkly that it's like it's like they're just covered in lines all over their body and face, just from, and like particularly pronounced around like the corners of the eyes and corner of the mouth. Just like all of the laugh and smile lines are especially pronounced on these two. Both of them have very, very long hair that basically goes down to like the backs of their knees, if not their ankles. And it even looks like it's been like folded up at the bottom and like tied up so it doesn't drag along the ground. And you can even see that for a good chunk of it, it's white, but you can actually see a place on the bottom where it almost like ombres into a darker color. And you get the sense that that's probably not dyed. It's probably they've been growing their hair out for so long that they still have some of the length from when it was like had color to it. Like it kind of fades from like white to gray in the dark. And they both answer the door together. They say, "Oh, the suzerain sent a messenger and said that we would be having guests. Is that you?"
Yes. My name is Sid. These are my siblings, Ilvem, Drew, and Hannibal.
Nice to meet you. I'm Xanorn.
And Xanorn. Sorry, Xanorn.
And I'm Captain. And I'm Captain KO. I've been assigned to escort and provide act as a liaison for these guests. I have my own place to stay, though. I'll just be coming to check on them and periodically, and if you need anything, I'll be around. And then he says, "This." And KO makes the introduction. And says, "This is Sir Etu and Runa Keoni, very long-standing members of the community." And then Etu says, "That's a very nice way of saying that we're old, Captain." He says, "I meant no disrespect, sir." He says, would you disrespect the sky by calling it blue? It is what it is. Come, you all must be exhausted from your journey. Please come inside. We've prepared a bit of food for you, and we have some rooms set up on the second floor. We have a bit of trouble getting up there of late, so we don't really make much use of it. So please come inside.
Okay.
And as they lead you into the gates, you can see that there's a little bit of distance, like almost like a short front yard between the gate, like between the yard and the street, and then like the front doors of the house. Everything on the inside, like kind of as you look to your left, you can see that it opens up into this like wide open garden to untrained eyes probably seems untamed and like untended. Like it seems like very overgrown. But Drusilla in particular, you'd be able to look at it and tell that this place is actually very well maintained, but just not in a way that's like restrictive of the plants. Like the plants are allowed to grow in ways that are like healthiest for them, and are tended to in ways that are, intended for their health, not for appearance. Like there's no like immaculate straight edged hedges. There's like everything is allowed to kind of just like grow and sprawl, but in ways that doesn't impede on the other plants around. And you can see it's kind of centered around a fairly large stone fountain in the middle. It's like just kind of fountaining up water. Yes.
Can I get those names again?
Yes. Etu, E-T-U. And Runa, R-E-U-N-A.
Yay.
And they start leading you towards the front door. The house is kind of L-shaped, so like it goes straight. Looks like it goes straight back from where you are, and then kind of wraps to the left around the back end of the garden. So like, if this is the house, the garden sits like right in this area. And yeah, they lead you to the front door. They open it up, lead you inside. Everything is very nice, but it's not ostentatious. It's like everything you can see things are well made, but it seems like at this point they have a lot of the things you see around any decoration seem to be things with sentimental value, probably. You can see a lot of portraits and paintings on the walls that appear to be they're not like big grand landscapes or anything. They're like a picture of a house, a location in a town, a lot of portraits of people, a lot of portraits that you could tell would like be probably younger versions of them with like various family members and other people. It's kind of like the, an older relative's house. Like it's the kind of thing where it's like they've had decades to decorate the place exactly the way they like it and get everything the way they want it, but like they're not trying to prove anything. And they lead you in and say, well, Runa says, the rooms are upstairs. Again, there's a staircase here that'll bring you up. There's also one in the back corner and one in the far side as well. You can have free run of the second floor. Like I said, like my husband said, we don't get much use out of it anymore, and we're always happy to have guests around. The kitchen is in the back corner, so if you ever get hungry, you can stop in and just grab yourself a snack. Although meal times will be throughout the day, and we'll let you know when those will be.
Okay.
Is there anything we can help you with, or any questions you have?
Is there a room on the second floor where I can bathe?
Oh yes, there's rooms for baths and everything on the second floor up there. Yes.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you. And thank you so much for opening your home to us. We really appreciate it.
Of course, we're always happy to have guests. It gets so quiet around here, but we're always happy to have more people around. So if you'd like to go on up and explore, there's a bit of food set out in the kitchen, just some fruit and cheeses and breads. So nothing extravagant, but a snack if you're tired from your journeys today.
Yeah, when did we last base?
We
Well,
just
you
went
spent
to the ocean.
Yeah, you spent a couple hours in the ocean.
Yeah.
Crunchy hair.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to go take a very nice bath.
I don't have hair.
All right, so you can all head upstairs. Yeah, you can see that like the second floor is laid out in. This is a big place, but it seems like they kind of direct you to the part that comes right off overlooks the garden on the second floor, and you can see like there's a couple balconies that overlook the gardens and like big open windows with like thin gossamer curtains that like blow in the night breeze with the doors open. And there seems to be several separate bedrooms up here, as well as like a couple of sitting rooms that you can just like hang out in that like have windows that look out over the gardens as well. As you come up the front, like as you come up the main stairs, it looks like the area above the front section of the house is its own separate room, and the door is closed there. And like the kind of looks like the back area is more those rooms that are rooms in like areas that are meant for you. And then of course, yeah, there are like a couple rooms for like where baths are set up, and based on what you can tell, well, you can get it set up and everything. And so Sid wanted to go take a bath. Anybody else want to do anything or get set up in any specific way?
I want to scope out my room
Okay.
Same.
and like
I want to scope out this garden.
Okay.
just like unpack my pack a little bit, maybe do some like cleaning of my flute, a little maintenance.
Okay.
And then I want to have a bath when Sid's done.
Okay. There are rooms with multiple baths, so there's enough for all four of you to bathe at the same time, actually.
Well then, as soon as I'm done doing maintenance on my flute, I'm gonna go have a bath.
Okay.
Maintenance on your food.
As you're all like splitting up and going your separate ways, Captain KO will say, enjoy your time here. I'll stop by in the morning in case you need to go anywhere. I'll
Oh,
basically be your tour guide, I suppose.
I think we wanted to go see the dinosaur races.
Yes. And I believe the suzerain mentioned that you all have there'll be a tailor that she spoke to who will provide you with clothing. So
I'm gonna just like rush up into his face and be like, "What? There's gonna be a tailor? Why didn't
Yes.
anybody say anything?
We forgot.
Yeah, there's
yes.
going to be a tailor.
Does anybody
Yes,
have paper? I need paper. Anybody got paper?
I do.
Yeah, you look
but
around there-
but you can have mine. It's magical.
You also, if you look around, there's like a side table next to a chair, like in a corner with a oil lamp next to it, and there's just like a pad of paper and an ink pen next to it.
I'm gonna snatch it, and then I'm like, all right, I'm going for my bath. I'm gonna take it with me into the bath, and
Okay.
in my bath, I will start drawing up plans for an outfit.
Okay. Yeah, he'll as you're grabbing the paper and everything, he'll say, "Yes, the suzerain offered for the racetrack offered all of you a place in her private box seat, so you could enjoy."
If we're in a box, how can we see the race?
It's open on one side.
But then it's not a box.
I'm going to my room.
If you'd like to,
box has four sides,
yes, but if you
Is
turn a
it-
box on its side, it's still a box.
but does it not have a lid?
Not all boxes have lids.
Then it's not a box. If
What
it
is
doesn't
it
have
then?
a lid, it doesn't have a. It's not a box.
I don't think that's true.
Are you sure?
I'm not, but
Well, what do you call a box whose lid you've lost? Still call it a box. Boom. Mind blown. Bye. I'm busy.
Me too.
Yes, I'll. If you would like to go to that tailor, I can bring you there in the morning.
Yes, I would.
Yes,
I
please.
yell from down the hallway as I'm already starting to furiously scribble.
Okay. Yeah, as you so the rooms that you look in are they're nice. They're not they're not like uniformly decorated, so you can kind of pick based on what you like. And it's not like they're vastly different, but it's like all of the bed frames are slightly different. All of the like bedside tables are a different make. All of the, the general furniture is slightly different. The paintings are different on the walls. It's, they're all spare rooms in someone's house, and like they didn't like buy a set of furniture for the house. They've just collected furniture over time and just filled the rooms with them. When you go to take your baths, you actually you see that the rooms have fairly large wash tub in them, but then there's also what looks like a spout that comes out like over one side, attached to a fairly large, what looks like a brass tank, and then a pipe that runs into the wall. And there's and both of them there's like a scribbled note, and there's like knobs and things on them. There's like a scribbled note on them with instructions. The basis is like, if you would like to take a bath, turn this knob for hot water, and then pull this lever to fill the tub.
Excellent.
So for the two of you bathing,
Sick.
you can, if you turn that one knob, you'll hear like a slight, just a little from underneath the tank. It seems like there's
Nice.
some kind of fire under there, like enclosed, but you can see like the little bit of glowing from underneath. And when you pull the lever, water begins to flow out of the pipe and just fill the bath.
Oh my god, a warm bath. Are there like different like scented oils? Can I have like a hot lavender bath?
Oh, absolutely, yes. They have.
Oh,
There's probably
excellent.
there's probably like in the hallway outside the rooms with the bath, like the wall that the doors are on. There's probably like an inset shelf with like all sorts of like soaps and oils and scented things, and just like everything you could want, along with like the towels and like more basic things like that. Some pumice stones.
The luxury. Sid is indulging.
All right.
I'm gonna knock on everybody's door, but Drusilla's outside, so I'm not knocking on her. But I'm knock on Ilvem and Sid's door. So
I'm naked.
do you want
I'm
the
in the
bottle?
bath.
Oh. Okay. I was just gonna ask if you wanted some good, not shit, wine. 4 of my bottles are still good.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
hell
thank
yeah.
you. I don't drink.
Do you want
Give
honey?
me that
Thank you for
good
offering.
shit.
I'm gonna open Sid's door with my like this. Okay, here you go, mage hand.
Thanks.
I don't have mage
I'm
hand
gonna take the
anymore,
bottle.
actually. Here you go. Do
All right.
you want some honey?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just eat honey in the bath.
Just eat honey and drink wine in the bath.
How?
You're in the bath, so
Yeah.
it's not going to make a mess.
Yeah, I can't get.
Oh no,
sticky.
I had.
It is the best time.
If it's have you? I was introduced to the concept of a shower orange at one point, where like
Oh, what?
so you just like go into the shower, just like go eat an orange
It's
in the
so
shower,
nice.
and then
It's
just like,
so refreshing.
but like because you're in the shower, you can just be as like messy as you want with it, and just like don't worry about making a mess because you're already in the shower. Like you're about to just turn like before you turn
Okay.
the water on, or
and
like
then
you
like
can
the
just stay out of the
citrus
water.
mixes with the steam, so it's like
Wait,
this really
before
nice.
you turn the shower on, so you're
Or
just
maybe after-
standing
as long as
naked
you're
in
not,
the
like-
shower
so-
eating an orange?
I mean, maybe.
May I introduce you to the concept
Wait.
of a shower pancake?
You may not.
Oh.
Move
You
on.
may
No.
not. I don't want to hear about
What about a
this.
shower turkey?
This is getting
Stop.
out of hand.
I'm over
This
it.
is-
I want to move
No,
past
but if you roll a pancake around a
No.
sausage, you have like a little
No,
Wait.
it's soggy.
handout.
Well, you just keep it out of the water, I
That's
suppose.
You keep it out of the
disgusting.
water.
That's disgusting.
I don't see the like some of these.
That's
Like,
like on par
sometimes-
with a shower taco. Like,
Oh, what's that?
Sometimes-
Various roommates? I have to go. It's been so much
Sometimes
fun,
you
guys.
need to eat while having a
Um,
shower, so you
speaking-
can take appointment,
Speaking
okay?
of speaking of shower tacos, Hannibal is just going to start drawing his idea for his fancy outfit.
Okay.
It's a taco costume.
Okay.
Oh my
Chad is
God.
having a bad time. How did this happen?
I'm so chat, sweetie. I'm so sorry.
Bad segues are my brand.
Okay. Out to Drew, who's in the garden.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, there's a staircase that leads down to like pretty much right to an exterior door, so you can walk out into the garden and kind of check around and anything. Just look around. It mostly seems to be set up like there's like a little central area with it looks like at first it looks like it might be paved, but then as you get closer, you can see that it's just a bunch of it's like, you know, fist-sized rocks, or maybe a little bigger, maybe a little smaller, but like around that general size, that have been laid out and kind of just over time pushed down into the dirt so that they're all pretty much flush with each other, or flush with the surface. And there's like moss and grasses growing up in between them. But like just it seems that these two, you would guess that these two like come walking through this garden frequently, just because of like there's a natural path worn into it, but not in like the way that not in the way that like a manicured garden has a path, like someone needs to cut it, and like almost like in the same way that matches the markings of a deer trail, where like it's just been walked on so much that it just is, you know, stays short. And then that's like all set up around the fountain. There's a couple of benches around, and then there's kind of some like walkways further out, like almost like a hedge maze kind of, but like not as manicured and intentional, just kind of like some meandering paths through the different plants.
Going in the hedge mage.
Okay. It's not big enough to be like a full maze, but it's like there's like a couple of passages and stuff where you can like get out of sight, and like there's even a few where like the plants extend over the path enough that like even in here, like in the rooms and in the second floor, and as you were coming up, like there's still sounds of the city around and everything. It's not nearly as loud as the entertainment district of Pyre was, but as you come into this garden, and like especially get into the places where the plants are denser, it muffles everything from the outside, and it's much quieter, and you're just kind of like surrounded by plants and greenery on all sides.
Are there any two things? Are there any like flower gardens, and are there any trees?
There are a few trees kind of scattered about, like placed selectively in places. Make me a nature check, actually, as you're looking around. There's also definitely flowers, yes.
Oh, nature. Am I good at that? I hope so. I am. 12.
Okay. That's enough to tell you that just like looking around this place, like we really do get the sense that this place was planted for like the organization of this place. It's like the organization of this place took the plants' preferences into consideration, almost like as if there's no like forcing it of like, oh, these two would be pretty next to each other, so that's why I'm going to put next to each other. It's like this type of tree probably tends to grow in the wild with these plants naturally forming a symbiotic relationship of like the shade provided, so they're going to be over. So like there's a tree over here because there's these plants are over here, or these plants are over here because this tree is over here. These plants over here do better in like grasslands or something, so that they don't have many trees around them. It generally seems like it's almost got like miniature versions of ecosystems spread out throughout it, representing like different biomes and types of terrain. And there are
like
definitely
a dominant color of flower. Like, do they favor the blue flowers or the red flowers?
It doesn't really seem like it. No, it's a pretty solid variety.
I'm gonna find the most vibrant blue flower,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like take a couple petals,
Mm-hmm.
and then take a couple leaves that are like a nice vibrant green,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna go climb a tree.
Okay. Yeah, you can find there's like most of the trees aren't terribly big. It looks like they were planted like within the past. Actually, a couple. They're like again in like the tending of the garden. It seems like they try to keep things within a certain size limit so that they don't overshadow things or like destroy the like in architecture or anything. But you can definitely find at least one tree that's like more centrally placed, so it's not near anything and it's pretty tall and like provides a good sized canopy in here. Definitely climbable, so you can climb up in there.
I'm gonna climb up in it and just get in it and hide. Just sit there
Okay.
and think about fancy clothes.
Okay.
Think.
All right. Everyone is thinking about their fancy clothes.
After his bath, Sid is going to just kind of put on his regular traveling clothes and go find Etu and Runa.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you can go inside and look around, and you can eventually find them. They're not too hard to find, especially because just like looking at the first floor, you can just kind of like follow what room still has light coming out of it, because at this point it's after dark. And you can find them just. You can find the two of them sitting in a room. It seems like they've both got books open. As you approach, as you come up to the room first, before you even see them, like you're coming down the hallway, you can hear them speaking back and forth to each other. Like one will, it seems they're reading to each other back and forth. Like one will.
Oh, that's so cute.
Given what it is, you would actually recognize the language, and you'd be able to catch some lines of what seems to be like old poetry written in the old Kukui language. And it seems like they're just like reading favorite passages to each other out of different books they're reading. As you come around the corner, you can see they're both like lounged out on very comfortable, like overstuffed, like chaise lounges and couches, just like set around this what looks to be like a reading room with some bookshelves in it. And as you come in, they're both like, "Oh, hello. Is there something you needed?"
Yes, apologies. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was wondering if perhaps you had a measuring tape, like one might use to measure themselves for clothes.
I think I might. Yes, Etu says. He shuts his book and he looks over to his wife and says, "Can you mark that last one for me? I really liked that one, actually. I'll be right back." And then he leads you out of the room and goes down the hallway. You can come into what appears to be a sewing room. There's a couple of those like bust mannequins, like, the waist to shoulder ones, set up with like half finished projects all over them, like bolts of fabric. There's even like a wall of like bolts of fabric on like rods, so they can just be like easily unrolled and pulled out. And he like starts digging through some drawers and pulls one out and says, there we go. There you are.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll be sure to return this to its rightful place once I'm done.
Oh, much appreciated. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. I will leave you to your poetry.
Oh, thank you.
And I will make my way upstairs, and I will go to Ilvem's room, and I will just kind of knock. Oh no, you're muted.
Quick question.
Yes.
Are there bathrobes?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
All right. I will answer the door wearing only my bathrobe, feeling quite luxurious. Hey.
Hey, can I come in?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I will come in and I'll shut the door behind me. I kind of had a favor to ask.
Sure. What's up?
I'm not exactly comfortable with the idea of a stranger measuring me. I was wondering if you could help get my measurements.
I would love to.
Awesome. Thank you. I have a measuring tape from me too. You gave it to me.
Fantastic. Let's get started. What are we thinking for your clothes overall? I'm gonna grab my sketch. I'm because if you look here, I'm going with pants, but then I'm also going with corset and blouse. So I have to account for the pants have to account for the cinched waist and the corset. So what are we thinking of for you?
Pants would be nice. I generally like kind of flowy stuff. That's kind of what I'm used to for fancy clothes. That's what people back home wear most of the time.
Like robes and stuff?
Yeah, kind of. Sure, go ahead, insult my culture. I don't know, just nice wide-legged like trousers and like a nice shirt, not like too tight but like fitting. There's this thing that I heard about. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it's like it's almost like a half shirt, and it goes under your clothes to kind of make like, and Sid very like awkwardly and like blushing like gestures to his chest to like make this, like flatter.
Oh, I've heard of them. Yeah, Cecilia used to talk about her partner when had just like gotten a new one, and so she brought it in because, in my childhood there wasn't a lot of like outside world interaction, so she snuck it in to be like, look at this cool contraption. I think she called it like a binder.
A binder. Binder sounds right.
Binder. That's yeah. I think it might be a binder.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But yeah, she was saying that like, it's like a good way to let people feel better in their bodies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not really like, I've never met a whole lot of people like me back home, I guess. So I don't know, it's weird to talk about.
What do you mean like you?
I mean, generally speaking, people are pretty accepting back in Ormar. It's kind of like you are who you are and stuff, which is really cool. I know a lot of places, or I've heard of a lot of places that are a lot more strict and stuff, but especially when you're like heir to like a fancy name, there's a lot of expectations on you, and it was tough when sort of high society and my family and everyone learned that, I wasn't an heiress anymore, that I was an heir,
Mm-hmm. Well, that's silly. Because here's the thing, and this is what always really boggled my mind, is that it's my fucking body, And like, I literally have a halo. So like, how is anybody going to be able to look me in my face and tell me what my body means? But, I think it's great that you held your ground and you know what your body means to you.
I'm fortunate that I had some help. There were some people who were really terrible. Namely, fucking Adherion, that asshole.
I don't remember him.
But then there are people who were really, really kind. When I told my mom, she was completely for it. I think she even knew before I did. And then there was Beriadan, who was like, when he found out, he took me shopping.
Oh, that's so nice.
The first time I'd ever worn like a pair of pants.
Yeah, I guess
we burned all my dresses together.
The society heads.
Yeah, there's expectations when you have a big name, and even in a place like Ormar that's pretty accepting, it was still it was a lot, but I'm fortunate that I had people in my corner who are willing to help me, but it's been it's just been weird. It's hard to explain, and it's because it's like, to me, nothing's different. Like, I am who I am. You know, I'm Sid. I've always been Sid. And to other people, it's like, I don't know. Like, there used to be people who would like talk to my grandparents like they'd lost a child, like I died or something. Once I started like living authentically, and that was tough.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so weird to like mourn someone who's still around.
Yeah. My
Just
grandparents
hang
didn't.
out with them.
My grandparents weren't like that. They were fully supporting. It was mainly other people outside my household. I was fortunate that a lot of the people who I lived with were very accepting and supportive.
Well, I'm glad you had that support.
Yeah, I'm glad too. But it still makes it. It's. I like my body. I like who I am, who I know that I am. But there's still certain changes that I would like to make, and I know they can be made. You know, like surgically or like with magic and stuff that I'd like to do later on down the road. So it's just until those changes are made, I'm just really bothered by the idea of a stranger.
Yeah, well, it's
that close.
It's one thing to know and love your body for what your body is, and it's another thing to interact with the expectations somebody else has because of your body.
Exactly. Yeah. So, thank you for.
So, like, how high on the hip are we thinking? How low on the hip? Do you want like?
I kind of dig like the high-waisted look.
Oh, it's so good on everybody. It really just works.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna measure from here to here. Great. Start like jotting stuff down. And now for the shirt, do you want it like poofy and then cinched at the wrist? Or do you want it just like straight? Because I'm getting poofy with cinched at the wrist, so I need to, like, it needs to be known for like the allowance of extra fabric.
I think more like drapey, like flowy.
Okay.
I like kind of like, what are they called? Like Batwing shirts?
Okay, so like a bell-bottom pant, but on your sleeve.
Yes.
Hate it, but okay. Though I'm sure you'll rock it. And you have the dexterity to make it look cool.
Thank you.
All right, we are just about done. Just one more thing, and then I'm gonna take like the measuring tape and like put it across where your heart is, and it's like, yep, nice and big.
I need to throw up due to personal reasons. I need to throw up right now. But thank you. Just thank you. And Sid's just gonna hug Ilvem really tight.
Hug back. All right, get out of here. I gotta work on this song I'm working on.
Okay. Do you need the measuring tape still, or I promise I'd put it back?
Oh no, I'm cool. The tailor visiting was always one of my favorite times of the month. I'm really excited about it.
Well, awesome. Can't wait to see what you get made. I'm sure it'll look great.
I'm sure yours will look great too.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Night. And I will go put the measuring tape back, and then how late is it?
It's after dark. Probably if I had to assign a time to it, I'd say probably like 10 or 11.
Oh shit.
Okay. I'll go grab some fruit from the kitchen. take a little jaunt around the garden and then go to bed.
Okay. I don't know. What? Make a perception check as you're going through the garden.
Say.
Perception. That is an unnatural 20.
Okay. Yeah, you'd probably be able to spot, like, as you're coming up from underneath a tree, you'd probably be able to just, like, spot Drew's foot, like, poking out over a tree branch, but otherwise Drew is, like...
So, bright orange hair in a green tree.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of leaves and stuff around, so, like, you're obscured by, like, the trunk and the branches and stuff, so... But yeah, probably not too hard to spot.
Just kind of look up and just, like, take, like, an orange in my pocket that I grabbed from the kitchen and lift it up.
A head peeks out from the leaves. Hi.
Hey, you want an orange?
Yeah. She takes the orange and like just takes the tiniest peel and like holds it up to her hair. It's like, do you think this matches?
Yeah, almost. Your hair's a bit more burnt orange. So
I
like
should
just
set it on fire.
No. I think just more like just imagine the orange peel but like just slightly browner. And I think that's your hair color.
Okay.
You doing all right?
Did Ilvem take all the paper?
No, I'm pretty sure we can find more paper.
Okay, because like I need some paper.
Okay, do you want me to go get you some paper?
I should probably get out of the tree before they get mad at me.
I don't think they'd be mad at you for being in a tree, but I definitely think that trying to draw at night would prove to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, you're right. I should probably go inside.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You might have dark vision, actually.
I do have dark vision, but I
So
can't
actually-
see in color.
That's true.
She'll scurry out of the tree holding her precious flower petals. And then just like toddle along beside Sid to go find some paper.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my way to the garden
Okay.
just because I'm looking for something specific. Is there any
Okay.
like small little stones?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yoink, one stone,
Okay.
and then scurry back to my chambers, my room,
Mhm.
and before I go to sleep, I'm gonna spend 2 hours out of 8 starting to turn this stone into a transmuter stone.
Oh, nice.
And then I go to sleep.
Okay. So Drusilla and Sid can definitely find some paper around. And actually, Drew, as Sid brings the orange out, you have that orange, you would also notice that there is in fact an orange tree in the garden as well.
See that? This place, oh goodness.
Yeah.
They've just done so good with the garden. Like, oh, they're just taking really good care of the plants.
They seem like really nice people. I kind of walked in on them reading poetry to each other earlier. They seem really sweet, and it's odd and I'm slightly suspicious, but they seem very sweet.
I mean, if they were bad people, they wouldn't have gestures vaguely to garden. They can't be bad.
I guess it's just a force of habit then. In my experience, when people are this nice, it's because they did something bad. But don't let my pessimism influence you, though. I hope I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna take the paper and also
Okay.
thank you for braiding my hair. I like it.
I'm glad you like it. If you want me to do it again sometime, just let me know.
Okay, yeah. And then she's gonna scurry to her room.
I will finish eating my fruit, and then I will also go to bed.
Okay. Is Ilvem doing anything with the rest of the night, or are they just finishing up writing and then going to bed?
They're gonna write and do some like practicing and stuff, like probably just like sitting on the windowsill,
Okay.
but not too late into the night.
Okay. All right. So y'all go to bed. You get the effects of a long rest. So take that.
Time
Yay!
to prepare my new spells.
Yeah. Drusilla, when you wake up,
Oh,
you have
shit.
access to your second level spells again.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And
Uh-oh.
And you say,
everybody wakes up. Everybody wakes up with sun coming in through their windows, birds chirping. Seems like actually quite a few local birds like make homes in the garden or at least stop by. So there's a lot of sounds of like animal chatter coming from outside. It's like probably one of the biggest places where local birds can stop by to get like food and rest and just hang out. Especially as they're like flying in and out of the city. You can smell as you wake up, you can all probably smell the faint wisp of food being cooked somewhere in the house. Probably it's a big house, so it's kind of far away, but you can definitely smell it. But Drusilla, you wake up, and as you're gradually feeling your connection to nature return to you. To the point now where you have your access to your second level spells again. But this time, as it's coming back with something extra, kind of like alongside it. It's like in that same place where you feel your connection to nature, you also feel something within yourself. And it doesn't take much investigating and sensing to realize that is the power that you took from the Windwell, the little marble of power that you ate. It's still in there. It's still you still the forbidden gusher. Still in there. And like when you kind of like turn your senses towards it, you get the sense of just this tightly compact bit of very powerful energy tied into wind. And it's like it feels like you're almost to the point where you could start to like tap into it and release it. But as you start thinking about that, a memory comes to mind. A memory from your childhood as you were being raised by your mother.
Oh no.
You remember
bitch.
it's not a bad memory. It's a pretty good memory. It's one of them. It's your mother loved educating you. One of her favorite things to do is to teach you about things in nature and expand your horizons. And it was one of those times, and that was some of the times that she was the most attentive. So those are probably some fond memories. And you remember it was a winter.
She was attentive. Yeah.
It was during winter. There was snow everywhere. Lots of like snow and ice. It was a particularly cold winter. But winters or weather being particularly bad was always kind of an abstract concept to you growing up, because no matter what, as long as you were inside your mother's hut, you always seemed to be fine. Like no matter how cold it got outside, it was always nice and warm inside there. No matter how much it rained or wind blew or lightning struck outside, the inside of your mother's hut was always perfectly safe and comfortable. But you remember going out into the wilderness. You as a fairly small child, so you're like bundled up all in furs and fabrics and everything, like almost in like the I can't put my arms down level of bundling.
T-posing for dominance.
Yeah. But you remember being woken up one morning by these almost cracking, like booming sounds from far off in the woods. And your mother wasn't around. You got up and you investigated. You got on all your winter clothes and everything, and you walked around it, and it almost sounded like thunder, like lightning strikes, But as you got outside and looked up, it was a clear, cloudless day, and walked out into the woods. Clear, sunny out, but you kept hearing just like occasionally these sounds like lightning strikes or thunder off in the distance. You kind of wandered for a little bit throughout the morning, which you spent a lot of time just kind of like wandering in the woods, so you had some familiar paths. And eventually you got to a point where you were walking through the woods and you started to hear one of the trees nearby start going and then exploded, just ripped itself to pieces and exploded, splinters and chunks of wood flying in every direction, as like a good chunk of it just exploded up the section of the trunk and it toppled over. And which probably startled you to run back home. Trees are exploding. But eventually your mother would explain to you that it's a simple phenomenon. It's what happens is when it gets really, really, really cold, the moisture and the sap inside the tree begins to freeze. And when things freeze, they expand. And as that happens, the natural strength of the tree is trying to hold it together. That natural bark and structure of it is trying to hold it together, but then it creates a tension. And when that tension and that expansion and that force inside it gets too much, it explodes. And for some reason, that image of a tree containing expanding sap and moisture before exploding is a similar image of what comes to mind when you think about that that bit of the wind well that you have within you.
Oof.
Not that you're going to
explode.
Not that you're going to explode, but that it seems to be very powerful, and like most things in nature, have its own almost not its own ideas of what it wants to do, but it has its own nature to it, and learning to control and work with that nature will probably take some time.
A tree that's gonna explode.
Yeah. And the rest of you wake up, you have the morning. The day is yours.
Awesome. I'm going to wake up, do a little bit of just morning stretches, and then I'm going to go down for breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was getting up, going for food. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all get up and like start walking around the house, anyone that passes by a balcony would probably see your host. Runa is out in the garden with a basket, and she's going around like to specific plants around the garden, just like picking leaves off of them and then setting them into different sections of the basket, as well as and then also gathering up some fruit and stuff from various fruit trees and bushes and stuff. It seems like they also get a good amount of their produce from this garden.
I'm gonna go out and just be like, "Hey, do you want me to carry the basket for you?
Oh,
it looks like it's getting quite full."
Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you. Yeah, sure. And she hands you the fruit basket, and it's got like apples and oranges and pears and apricots.
Fucking apples.
Wide variety of fruit, as well as some grapes and berries and smaller fruits like that, strawberries.
No pomegranates.
Yeah, but you can see that the other basket, the other one she was carrying, is much lighter. It's just got the leaves in it. Seems to be she was organized, and it's got like dividers in it, and she was kind of laying out the leaves in these different sections. It's got like cloth bundled up at the bottom, so it looks like it's in the process of drying them out.
I'm just gonna like make idle chit chat with her. Like the kind when you like go to visit your grandmother and she's like just kind of like talking about things that have been happening recently. You're just like, oh wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't believe Judy said that. That's amazing. Like, oh my goodness. Like asking about various plants and stuff, just like being friendly.
Okay. Does everybody else head down to the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. You Ilvem, you'll walk with Runa into the kitchen from another direction. You all kind of congregate in there. Etu is cooking up a storm. There's a wood burning stove against one wall that's going nice and hot. He's got a couple of frying pans out. He's making like pancakes and bacon and sausage and just
pancake.
Hey.
Get out of here.
Do you
How
need
to
any,
kick someone
eggs?
else from a Zoom call.
do you need any help? I'll have you know I was in a cooking competition.
Oh, sure. Well, if you want to, actually, I was going to put some of these. I was going to start frying up some of these peppers. So if you wouldn't mind chopping them for me, or cut, giving them a rough chop, that would probably be helpful before I toss them in.
Okay. I will use my sickle to do that.
As you pull out this like dirty, blood-stained sickle
maybe
that
not
you've never
this.
cleaned before.
Do you have a
There's
knife?
yes, there's some knives. There's some knives and a block over there.
I'm very adept with a knife.
You?
I'm proficient with daggers. I'm gonna start.
What do you have? A
Yes.
knife.
Knife.
No.
No.
Hannibal has the knife now. I'm gonna start cutting up the peppers.
Honestly, a knife is a downgrade for the terrifying stuff that Hannibal normally brings to bear. So honestly, that's an improvement.
I'm gonna start.
Everyone, there's like a collective sigh of relief as the sickle goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot I didn't clean it. I'm gonna start cutting up the peppers with a knife.
Okay.
And then I really want to use firebolt, but I'm gonna do
Don't.
no flare, just a little peppers in the pan
Okay.
and start cooking them. And I'm gonna try to do
Okay.
the whole like thing that I do in the kitchen. Pan flip them.
Okay. All right. Make me a dexterity check to see if you can pan flip these peppers.
3.
All over the place. You just let me see. Is it forward or backwards? Because those usually go one of two directions. Odds are forward, evens are backwards. Just into the wall, just like into the back of the stove and the wall, just all over the place. And Etu just looks. Etu just chuckles. He just laughs. That's a bit of an advanced move there. Why don't let's we've got plenty more peppers. Don't worry, we can always clean that up.
Okay.
I just like hip check Hannibal out of the way a little bit and like throw a quick prestidigitation to just kind of like clear it up.
Okay, just like, all right. Yeah, as you come in, Runa takes the basket, or take the one basket full of, or actually, you had the basket full of fruit. She says, you can just set that on the table, and everyone, there's some fruit from the garden here if you'd like it.
Mm.
And then when she comes in, Etu takes a looks like a large heavy metal kettle full of water and sets it on the stove to start boiling. And Runa goes over to a drying rack over on a windowsill where it looks like there's some much more dried up leaves over on the windowsill that she like takes and starts putting into a box, and then she takes the ones that she just took from the garden and sets them out to dry and says, tea, anyone?
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Those
Thank you.
leaves. Drusilla's, like, peeking
I've never
around.
had tea
Are those
before,
leaves?
so yes, please.
You've
Just
never
so
had tea before?
No, I also have wine. 3 bottles.
I'm having wine at breakfast.
It's early.
Everyone's like, maybe for later.
I've
It's a
never
little
had.
early for
I've
wine."
never really drank before.
I don't really like tea. Do you think I could maybe just get a glass of hot water with some lemon?
Sure. Would you like any coffee?
Oh, no.
All right. Yes, we have some lemons from the garden. You like chops up some lemon and gets you just a mug of hot water with lemon once it's hot. Drew, you said you wanted to take a look at the leaves. Go ahead and just make me a nature check. Like you can easily identify some of them.
Oh, I'm gonna put my 3 jars of honey on the table.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
They're very crystallized.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely recognize all of these very easily. You can pretty much like you recognize most of them as just being part of like your normal black tea or black and green tea plant. It seems that though some like looks like she pulled them off of different plants that are in like kind of different stages of like the leaves being in growth. So some of them were plucked much earlier, so that they're much smaller, where the other ones were left longer and they're a little bit larger. That you would assume that were your mom probably made tea in the woods, like mushroom tea and stuff, but like regular tea nonetheless. You would know that like when you pluck the leaves changes like the tea effect. That's how you get the difference between black tea or older leaves, green tea is younger leaves. But then there's also like just herbs and stuff, like there's some mint, there's some jasmine, there's some just like various like aromatic herbs that would make make some good herbal teas and like mix in. And she looks like she's got a set of like wooden boxes meant to hold them and keep them fresh, but once they're dried out, but like and labeled, so you can like mix and make your own tea.
I'm gonna make my own tea if I can.
Yeah, these like layout mugs. Hannibal, once you set out the jars of honey, Etu was like, "Oh, thank you. We actually just ran out." And picks them up and looks at them, but they're like crystallized,
Yeah.
solid. Like,
I don't know how to
just a
fix
second.
that.
Oh,
Oh,
I do.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna prestidigitation the jar so it becomes warm.
Oh yeah,
If you
I'll
just-
start doing it.
If you wait a while, but if you have a better thing, then
I was just going to put a
Okay.
pot on the stove and put the jar in the pot. with
it'll
the-
probably
some
be a little
water.
bit faster.
Oh, well, we'll do it. We'll work together. It'll be even faster if you help as well. So yeah, it just like takes a
Control
pot.
the fire to make it even hotter.
Just put some water in a pot, puts the jars in the pot of water so that it starts boiling. The honey starts liquefying again.
The way we're all going to imprint on this elderly couple.
Like any
These are our grandparents now.
any adult that gives you food, you just immediately imprint on them as
Yep.
as a parental figure.
I wonder how these people feel about they now have 4 grandchildren, and with that 2 parents in pot, 2 children in Pyre, Marth and his husband.
Mm-hmm.
We're all just a family.
Like, not only do they have 4 grandchildren, they now have 4 grandchildren who will murder for them. Like,
They might have 5 grandchildren. Where's Xanorn?
where
Yeah, where is he?
Xehanort?
Xehanort!
Xehanort comes to the kitchen. Sorry, everybody. I was tired last night. I went right to bed. What are we
Did
doing
you
today?
really?
Yes.
Insight check.
Okay.
2 + 2.
Yeah, you think he probably just went to bed. Maybe the DM even just forgot about him.
Let's dice away. I'm gonna take a piece of bacon.
Okay.
And give it to Moloch.
And then Runa's like, "Oh, what a cute little dog. Are
He
you
has-
aware your dog has 2 heads?"
Yes, he has 2 heads. He is a death dog.
Interesting.
When he
Okay,
gets
all right.
full grown, he is going to be a monster, and it's going to be amazing. And he is my best friend.
Well, he's very cute right now. May I pet him?
Sure, Moloch don't bite.
She just reaches in and scratches his head. He looks very indignant at the don't bite, but then he starts okay, wait, no, this is good. This is good. We're good with this. We're good with this. Okay, I'm happy. He warms up pretty quickly.
We also have an elephant.
Ooh, an elephant. I haven't seen one of those in years. Have you seen an elephant recently, dear? No, honey, I haven't.
Her name's Poppy.
Oh, that's so nice. So what are you all up to today?
Taylor, and then
Yeah.
We're gonna watch the dinosaurs
Oh, very nice.
and then we're gonna
in a
find out.
box that's not a box.
Then we're gonna find out that I'm a prince.
Well, that sounds like a very lovely day. And just be careful betting on the dinosaurs, isn't that right, dear? Runa says over in Etu's direction. Just, yes, honey, yes, it is.
How much can you win from the bets?
Depends on how much you bet.
Interesting.
Just the long shots pay off more, but just they also are less likely to win. My husband is quite fond of underdogs, and it has caused us a bit of financial distress in the past. We're fine now.
Well, Mr. Etu, which dinosaur wins the most?
Well, that would probably be Hurricane Shade, if I remember correctly. Last time I was there.
Oh,
Though last I checked, Lonesome Dinner and Ace's Earl were coming up.
want some dinner?
We're coming up a little behind him. So well, you'll have to let me know what the odds are when you get there.
Is there any? No, I can't do that joke. Is there any dinosaur named Littlefoot?
I can't say there is, no.
Get out of here.
Okay.
No.
Petrie, on the other hand.
I love it.
Petrie was the best.
I cannot handle the Land Before Time anymore. It's like it was so ingrained in my childhood, and then the whole Ducky disaster just like really rips me open every time.
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
That's an off-stream
you know-
conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Sid's gonna look at Runa and Etu. So do you have many guests? Have you had many guests here over the years?
Oh, I suppose we like to entertain and have people come stay with us from time to time. We have quite a bit of friends, and usually if they have they send family or children, or they come themselves to stay in town, they usually come and stay with us.
That's immensely kind of you to open your home up to strangers.
Well, get to a certain point where what is life without the people you care about? Rather spend our time and our money and our energy on having good friends and family coming and staying with us than most anything else.
Can I insight check them? Are they being like genuine?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. That was such a garbage roll. Yeah, that's a 4.
They seem to be perfectly genuine.
Awesome. Love it.
Oh, I have a +8 to my insight. I forgot that I had expertise in insight.
Mhm.
I am making mint jasmine tea.
Ooh.
What does red wine taste like?
Oh, all right.
It's Hannibal, it's so early. Like,
Okay.
as someone who has day drinked often, it is so early.
I don't really drink alcohol though, so I don't know if this is a bad thing. Glug 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 glug.
Yeah, it tastes like red wine. Very mellow though, because this is red wine that has been bottled and aged for 400 years, but like successfully managed to stay sealed. So like it has had a lot of time to age, like properly.
I don't know how I feel about this. I feel warm.
Sid, this is also the same wine that Hannibal gave you last night in your bath. A bottle of 400-year-old wine.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it means there's one
The
bottle.
same wine that made Drew sick.
Yep.
2 bottles that are now unopened.
Mm-hmm.
The rest, I think,
Right, and then-
I threw into the woods.
You hear a very distant knock from the front gates of the house, and then Runa says, "Oh, that's probably your captain friend come to collect you."
Oh,
And Xanarn's like, "I should probably get dressed, huh?"
Yeah, just
Wait,
a bit.
so
I'll
Nate-
go
you're
I'll go
Wait,
get the
was
door.
he not
so
dressed?
naked at the
He's
table.
like in his
Naked?
pajamas, He's just butt-ass naked, sitting at the table.
Power move.
Love it. I'll
No, he's in like pajamas, basically.
I'll go get the door. Drew, can you brew me a cup?
Yeah, sure. And I will go back
Awesome.
brewing Sid a cup.
Thank
Sure.
you. I will go get the door for our captain friend.
Yeah, you can go open up the front gate. You can see Captain KO standing there. He has cleaned himself up a bit. He is no longer on a combat or coming back from being on a combat mission. So like he's not wearing his armor anymore. He still has his sword at his hip. But it looks like he's taken some time to clean and polish it. Wearing basically like kind of it's like a cross between robes, but then like it looks like there are pants underneath, and it's hard to tell if they're like connected or like how much of this garment is all one piece. With a pattern of like an intricate pattern of blue and purple, with almost like a floral pattern woven into it. And he has his hair down, and like he had it kind of like bound last time you saw him, but he has it just kind of like free flowing now with like all of the braids and knots in it, able to like hang around his face. And good morning. Hope you've
Good morning.
had a good evening.
Yes, we were just finishing up breakfast. Care to come inside?
I'd be happy to.
All right.
Yeah, he follows you in.
Cool. I will lead him to the kitchen where we're having breakfast.
All right. Hello again, everyone.
Hello.
I'm just here to, think of me as like your tour guide, basically. Anywhere you need to go, any information you need, I'm here to help.
Is there a
That
magic shop?
frustrate you?
There was a lot of questions there. Magic shop, we can probably find one, yes?
Yes.
What was your question?
Oh, I just want to know if it frustrated you becoming our tour guide, seeing as you're like a captain and everything, and you would think that a captain would be a little bit too busy, but here you are with us.
Wouldn't say it's frustrating, no. I've done a lot of work in my role as captain, and I'll be honest, this seems to be probably one of the more relaxing things I'll get assigned to do, so...
Oh, like a fun little vacation that you get paid for.
Exactly. So, yes, you can think of. I suppose you can think of this as a bit of a vacation for me. So, no, you're not bothering me at all.
I think we all wanted to go to a tailor though, because we were promised snazzy
Yes.
outfits.
That's right. You are. I have the tailor in question as well. The suzerain's assistant got back to me. I stopped by there.
Is her
I
name
believe
Taylor?
No, I believe I'm supposed to take you to Barbas and Barbas Fine Clothing.
That is the most fantastic shop name I've ever heard.
I'm thrilled.
Say it
Personally.
again.
Barbas,
Yeah, please say it
and
again.
Barbas.
Barbas and Barbas Fine Clothing.
That's fantastic.
They do shoes there.
I believe so. Yes. If not, I'm sure there's one I believe there's one on the same street that does.
Fantastic, because my outfit does include shoes.
If it makes you feel better,
So does mine.
at one point I was proficient with cobbler's tools.
How does that help me?
I could have made you shoes at one point if you asked.
Well, I didn't, and now we're both just sad about it.
I know. Just think of all the shoes I could have made you.
But also, did anybody else hear Drusilla say that her outfit includes shoes?
Yeah,
Because I heard it.
we don't have to smell your feet anymore.
Wait, you just don't wear shoes?
No, I haven't.
I don't know why I did not pick up on that.
Drusilla's never once worn a pair
It
of
just like
shoes.
looks under the table. Just have you been not wearing shoes
Wait a
this
minute.
whole time?
Filthy feet.
Yep.
Wow.
How do you not get slivers? Also, I'm
Oh,
not
the
wearing.
bottom of her feet are like
Oh,
rocks.
I'm not wearing shoes either. My like webbed toes are free too. I
Mhm.
remember I got rid of my boots.
How am I only just now realizing that half of the people I'm traveling with just aren't wearing shoes?
To be fair, this was recent. This happened in
Okay.
Bastion.
Do you
That makes me
spend
feel
a lot
better.
of time looking at our feet?
Was it Bastion? Yes.
'Cause
No.
you
You-
spend a lot
you've
of
been
time
having a-
looking at our feet.
Yeah, Drusilla actually. Come to think of it, Drusilla's used to not wearing has like practically never worn shoes. Like you probably did have like foot wraps in the winter because not wearing shoes in the snow is a good way to lose your feet.
As
But
a Canadian, I can attest to that.
but Hannibal, you have worn shoes your whole life. So like yesterday, just like a whole bunch of walking on like cobblestone streets and stuff. Like your feet are sore.
I should probably get shoes.
Shoes would probably be a good idea.
But maybe we can get shoes that are like specifically made for your little webbed toes, so that way it'll be
Sandals.
like, I'm very here for an open toe moment.
Should I get like those wooden sandals that have like the?
I was thinking more like the gladiator sandals.
God,
That'd be rad.
Yes,
Hannibal.
like knee
When I
high.
was in
Yes.
When I was in Pyre,
Done.
I heard these people talk about shoes called Crocs.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Nope,
I cast
absolutely. Nope.
psychic scream.
I cast Eldritch Blast.
I wish I had psychic scream. That's a really cool spell.
Ninth level spell though.
I cast Mage Armor because that hurt.
Surprise, everyone! Drusilla's shoes are just Crocs.
No.
She's like, they're so
Made of crocodiles,
fancy.
though.
God, no.
Look, you can put them in sport mode, casual mode.
So
No.
there. We also, I
Positive
think,
feels.
how many of us wanted to go see the dinosaur races? Nice, a first unanimous decision ever, I think.
Is it unanimous if Xanorn doesn't vote?
Yeah, Xehanort went to a decision.
Xander went
Yes,
upstairs
Anna?
to go like get dressed for the day.
Right.
Dang
I'm
it.
gonna raise my
Xehanort
second
went-
arm.
I forgot. Xehanort
Yeah,
was-
I think his vote is also yes.
Yeah, Xehanort was dangling hog. So.
He was wearing clothes. He just wasn't like. Oh, okay.
No.
Xanon went for that shower sausage.
Oh. No, he was wearing a shirt. He was wearing a shirt but no pants. He was just going straight Winnie
He
the
was Winnie
Pooh.
the Poohing it.
Yeah.
Oh, the shower sauce.
I'm so sorry. I saw the perfect opportunity for a callback and I took it.
Oh, shower pancake.
The shower- I think the shower pancake is the most traumatizing part of that callback. Like
I agree. I still
Worst-
agree.
the worst
the,
part of
the
that
brain
reminds me of the shower
pancake.
Try it.
Okay.
I'm knocking it. I am knocking it right
I will
now.
eat most anything in the bath, but I draw a line when it comes to eating in the shower. There are specific foods.
Sometimes you gotta multitask.
So,
Disagree.
Taylor and Zen have to show up in outfits at this dinosaur race.
That sounds like a good idea. Yes.
I don't.
Let's go.
Well, there's 4 of us.
5.
There's 5 of us.
Everybody forgets about Xanorn,
We have-
including the DM.
We have object permanence. So
He's
then-
out of the room. He doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like there's 5 of us, so that could take a little while. So we might not, because if are we going like we'll go to the tailors, place our order.
Oh right.
Then when is the dinosaur races,
Right.
and
I
will they
also-
have enough time?
I understand, or actually, KO will jump in and say, I understand actually the suzerain picked this tailor because of their quality, both also because of their expediency.
Would you say they are very
Sick.
quick? That's what you
Yes.
just said.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I have a high intelligence. I do think I need to get a replacement bag of holding because carrying all these toenails in my pockets is very. Oof, and I missed carrying. I also left behind.
Everyone that's not one of your siblings in the room just turns and looks at Hannibal, just like, what did he say?
'cause I need to find.
Very oof.
I need to find a place for my stone giant toenails.
So it's just like drinking his tea, just like
Also-
mouthing, like don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Bedding, if we're camping. Because I forgot our bedding in Bastion.
I think we can wait to get that until we like leave town.
Yeah. And I also miss Abacus.
Hmm. Well, let's do tailors first, and
Dinosaur
in-
races.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a magic shop. At some point.
Right.
let's see where the day takes us.
Whenever you're all ready, I can take you over to the tailor shop.
I'm ready.
Well, we have to wait for Xanon to come down.
Alright, I forgot he was here.
Yeah, he comes back down shortly in his like normal, regular one set of clothes that he has. Because you're all like cartoon characters and just wear the same clothes every day.
Don't force me to commission new portraits with these new outfits.
I'm not.
I'm tempted.
I will force you to do it.
Okay, and it comes downstairs, and then the Keonis are both they're both sitting down, like they're taking their time with their break. Like you've all pretty much eaten at this point, but they're taking their time. They're making themselves cups of tea. They're grazing. They're gonna spend like the morning probably reading and eating. Have a lovely time. Just knock on the front door, and when you come back, and we'll let you in.
Is
Okay.
there
Thank you.
anything that you require while we're out?
I can't think of anything, no, but thank you so much for offering.
No problem.
Do you mind if I leave Moloch here?
Oh, no, your sweet little Dog? No, of course not. I can take him out in the garden and we can spend some time playing.
Warlock, do you like that? Okay.
All right, come here, little one. She like grabs a sausage, like a warm sausage off the stove, and just like, come here. And he just like immediately is like, oh, okay, meat.
Before we go, I'm gonna run out into the garden really quick. Well, first, I'm gonna, can I take a flower before I go?
Oh, feel free, help yourself.
I'm gonna run out to the garden and grab a large blue flower, like a rose or something. That
Okay.
size. And then run back and be like, thanks, and then join the rest of the group.
Okay. All right, right this way then.
Is anyone getting a big hat?
Nope.
Okay, me
You
neither.
already have a big hat.
No, I threw it away.
You threw it away?
Yeah, I'm not wearing it. I got my fin out.
What about the hat with the big feather?
Oh, that's gone too.
No, you said no. You kept the feather.
Oh, I did. I kept the feather for something.
You kept the feather and the pearl because
Right,
the feather
for
had a pearl on it.
identifying.
You use it for identify. Yeah.
I threw the hat away, but
What
I kept...
about the one you got commissioned and higher? Like the big hat.
I don't have any hats now.
Oh, I like that hat.
I want to show off my head fin. My big head fin.
I was gonna borrow that hat.
I can make you a hat.
I don't want a hat.
Well,
Yeah.
I like the head fin.
Thank you. I want my new outfit I'm getting is going to show off my fin, so I don't have to hide them anymore.
That's awesome. I'm very proud of you, Hannibal.
And I want a cape.
Not super about that idea, but I'm supportive anyway.
I have to look like a wizard.
Yeah,
No,
much how like
please.
I am not supportive of the bell-bottom sleeves, but
I mean, hey, we're all entitled to our wrong opinions.
exactly that.
Ooh, is anyone getting bell-bottom pants?
No,
Yes.
that is a wrong opinion nobody's allowed to have.
Sid's just, wait,
Now I am.
Sid's just like bell-bottom pants, bell-bottom sleeves, just looking like a member of ABBA.
Yes.
Bell bottom all day. No, I'm getting the
And
wide
come
leg,
back.
wide
Ooh.
leg trousers,
Denim
Yeah.
on denim.
and then dangly
Canadian
arms.
tuxedo.
Yeah. Denim jacket. Denim.
There's a significant difference between a wide-legged pant
Mm.
and a bell-bottom pant.
I should get denim shoes.
Denim gladiator sandals.
Yeah.
No, no, no,
The
absolutely
fabric
not.
of denim has officially not been invented yet.
Denim gladiator sandals would be so gross looking.
Jandals.
Ugh.
I hate it.
Sandals.
Stop.
Gross.
Still will not. I think it was this group where I will still not let anyone live down the time that someone was trying to remember. Someone was like, yeah, like really short jorts, you know, like booty jorts.
Ugh.
It's like, you mean Daisy Dukes? Get the
Hate
word
it.
booty jorts out of my house.
hate it
Booty
so much.
shorts.
I hate it so much.
No, my
Anyway.
outfit is going to be very fancy.
Well, guess I get to scrap Drusilla's look now.
Oh, can I get?
This is gonna be all
I'm
denim.
gonna get
The
sweatpants.
bell-bottom booty jorts.
I'm gonna get sweatpants.
What does that even mean?
Sweatpants with juicy on the butt.
No, stop.
How do you have wait, I want to back up to how you have bell-bottom shorts.
Listen,
Ugh.
where there's a will, there's a way.
I hate
It's just
it.
like-
I
They're
hate
just
it.
like really tight in one band, and then just whoop. It looks like a skirt, but
So we're rocking a skort, is what you're telling me.
no, it's like that Vine where it's just like, ha, look at this cool dress my mom got. Ha ha,
Yeah.
you were fooled.
Thank you. Hannibal does need booty shorts.
No, here's how you
No.
do bell-bottom booty jorts. You have regular booty jorts, and then you have garters that attach them to the lower half.
Stop.
So it's open from like thigh to knee and it's covered from the calf down.
So where's the
Still
Taylor?
denim.
Are we at the Taylor yet?
I have heartburn.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Are we at the Taylor
Only
yet?
if the garters themselves
Is
are made
this the
of denim.
Taylor? Oh, this is the Taylor. We got this so quickly.
Okay. You walk across town after this horrible conversation about bell-bottom booty shorts. And you arrive on a fairly nice wide street with lots of what looks like high-end shops on them, and one of them does say on the sign out front, Barbus, Barbus, and Barbus Fine Clothing.
I love it.
And with like, it's got like a shop window. There's very velvety curtains behind several mannequins with a variety of nice clothing on them, and you can tell that like, yeah, the kind of like eclectic styles that you're all coming up with will probably fit in very well here. Like there's like, yeah, they can definitely do all this. It's not like you have like a very like monotone, boring set of clothes in the window.
How hilarious would it be if the shop owner's name wasn't Barbus?
I thought there was 3 shop owners. That's why it's Barbus, Barbus, and Barbus.
But what if their name isn't Barbus at all?
Then they're liars and they should be put to death.
Nope.
That's not.
A little extreme.
No, that's.
The forest is a wild place to grow up.
Take note of that, Captain. Take note of that.
Mm-hmm.
This one
my
has
God.
threatened deaths to this.
Sid's
No,
walking
it's like-
in.
Yeah, me too.
The
Oh, I
legend,
forgot-
where
I forgot to
if you
mention-
lie,
Oh.
your pants catch on fire.
I forgot to mention it. KO is wearing like slightly shorter, like 3/4 sleeves, basically. That are a little more flowy, but they do leave his where am I? This part of his arm open, and you can probably see as you walk that he does have a tattoo on each forearm. One is in the shape of a spider web.
Love.
One is in the shape of a spider.
Hot.
Oh, it does not say live, laugh, love?
It does not say live, laugh, love tattoo to go with my bell-bottom booty jorts.
That's the episode title, Bellbottom Booty Shorts.
Bell-bottom booty
Better.
jorts.
Bell-bottom booty jorts.
That's,
I'm
I mean,
crying.
it is now.
Oh god.
I'm gonna walk in.
I
Okay,
need some gravel.
Me too.
you go
As we're
inside.
walking in, can I ask what the tattoos mean? Like, what do those mean?
Yeah.
Can you turn
Oh,
into a spider?
No,
can't.
I've served. I spent quite a bit of time serving in the Underdark at Castle Mal, one of the Drow frontline castles, and these are magic tattoos that I received from the Drow. This one allows me to produce webs, and this one allows me to climb on walls.
He's Spider-Man.
Shoot
That's just
webs.
drow magic. Those are-
webs.
Yeah. You saw him do it too.
Yeah.
You saw it when he finished rounding it, when he had finished rounding up all of the soldiers at the border crossing. You did see
Oh,
him like
man.
restrain all of them.
Ugh.
So you go inside the tailor shop.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
As you get inside, it's very well decorated. It's clearly like caters to some high class clientele. Like a crystal chandelier hanging from the ceiling. You're getting a very say yes to the dress vibe.
Perfect.
Like lots of like little alcoves with mirror, like 3 or 4 mirrors set up around them, so like you can step in and like see yourself from every angle, and like little couches and stuff set up around so people can hang out and sit. There's even like there appears to be even like some kind of like area over to one side where you can get refreshments. Like they serve drinks in here.
Sweet.
And as you come in, a dwarven man wearing a blue and white striped kind of like robe, basically, but like ends at about the knee. It's not like flowy. Ends about the knee, and he is actually wearing knee-high gladiator sandals.
Amazing.
He comes up and he's got his hair is pulled back. Comes up and says, "Hello and welcome to Barbus, Barbus, and Barbus, fine clothing makers."
This is a lot.
I love it.
Sounds like the heavy from Team Fortress.
Sid's
My name
gonna...
My name is
Sorry.
Alekos. My brother is Minos and Nassos. I am Alekos Barbus. My brother is Minos Barbus. My other brother is Nassos Barbus. And as you look around, you can see 2 other identical dwarves. They are triplets.
Amazing.
I love them.
I love them so much.
I'm Hannibal. Hello.
Very nice to meet. We heard, and Captain KO. There's like a look of recognition at your name, actually, and then KO's like, "Yes, the suzerain should have sent word. Yes, that's right. The priority job from the suzerain. Please come in, come in." And like gestures in. There's like kind of like starts to set you up in one of those like it's almost like a U or like a curved couch in front of like one of the sets of mirrors. You are our guests here today, so please make yourselves at home. There you can we will make you drinks over there and whatever you would like. How can we help you today?
Fancy outfits.
That is what we specialize in. How what sort of fancy outfits do you have ideas, or would you like us to just make it work for you?
I have ideas. I have a lot of
ideas
ideas. But first thing, really quickly, here are all of my brother Sid's measurements, so you won't actually have to measure him today. We already did it. You can trust those. I've also put some notes about what he wants, but you should talk to him to really get it.
Yeah, just takes the measurements, looks, nods. Okay, thank you very much. That will make this a little quicker. Everybody has ideas?
I have a drawing.
Drawing. Minos, Nasos, get over here. I don't care if you're dealing with. Not important. We're closed. Get over here. And then they just like apologize to the people we're with, and two more identical dwarves come over wearing practically identical outfits. Like they're those triplets that dress the same to confuse people.
Ugh, they're so
They're
good.
not color coded, so their parents can tell them apart.
Nope.
I love
Damn.
it.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. They're adults. They can do what they want.
I also would like a pair of those sandals you are wearing.
These? Oh, perfect. Are you? These are in the style of our homeland. You have excellent taste.
I knew I did.
That you do. All right. We'll divide and conquer. So we will speak. So you can speak to any one of us, and we will get started. You need these done quickly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Weaver, come out here. You're needed. And then you hear just like some clanking sounds from the back, and then a curtain parts, and a Warforged steps out, who like, you can tell like there is definitely like additional mechanism in their arms and hands as they come out. And actually, like as this Warforged comes out, you can see that like the right hand is basically like pretty much a sewing machine. Like it's like the part where you feed the fabric through a sewing machine. It's like that part with like the needle and everything, but then it just like kind of rotates down, and then a hand pops up to replace it. Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Barbas? We have a rush job of five of you. Yeah, I'll take something basic. I don't really need anything custom made.
Give him a toga.
I knew you had excellent taste. Have you been to Pontos, my friend?
No, but I should go.
Your sense of style would fit in perfectly there. You are like one of my own countrymen.
I will be a dwarf if you want me to be.
I like you. We have 4 rush jobs we need done, so stay on hand. We will need your expertise. Yes, happy to. All right. And then they will divide and conquer, and you can talk to the 3 of them.
These are my new favorite NPCs.
You can talk to them to get, they'll take everybody else to go get measurements and everything. So you can go, like, they'll take you into, like, dressing rooms, basically, and go, like, start measuring you. And they're very good. Like, Drusilla especially there's, like, a little bit, like, Nasos, who's the one that goes with Drusilla for measurements, like, seeing the bare, dirty feet and everything, and just generally how she's dressed, like Drusilla, you do get a little bit more of the like, okay, now I'm going to measure this. Is that okay? Okay, I'm going to measure this. Is that okay? Just kind of like a lot of checking in and talking. Ilvem, there is something like after a little bit, there's just like a kind of natural back and forth with Minos, where it's like it becomes clear. It's like, oh, you've been through this before, and like the two of you can like have a chat and have a conversation while Minos is getting your measurements.
Yeah.
Hannibal, based on your Alekos is the one that goes with you. Based on like how you're dressed, he seems to like assume some things and just like starts going and like measures your inseam. And like if you jump, he might be like, "Oh, I apologize. Yes, I'm measuring the inside of your pant leg. I will explain what I'm doing as I go."
Just do your best to avoid my giblets.
I will do my best, of course. That is part of the job.
If you graze them, that's okay.
Good to know. I appreciate the specifics. All right, so everybody gets measured, and then Okay, who would like to go first? Or they'll kind of split up the work, so like they're all getting notes from all of you. So just who would like to go first? Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I will ask them. Have any of you been to Ulramar or seen sort of the fashions of Ulramar?
We have studied them. We've never been ourselves.
Awesome. So I'm thinking long. I'm thinking flowy, high waisted, wide leg, like flowy pants, and then I'm thinking an undershirt to kind of keep everything like situated, and then a shirt over that with very long sleeves, not really on my arm, but sort of like cut open to the shoulder with the fabric hanging down almost as long as the pants.
We can do this. We can do this.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I am, yes. And he's like sketching as he goes and like gives you a pretty good representation. Let's talk fabric and come over here. And starts like showing you specific fabric swatches of that you can like feel the fabric and get a sense for like this one, like thinner, thicker, more shiny, not shiny colors, like that kind, like just start getting a feel for like what kind of fabric you want for all of this.
Awesome. I'd be going for something very light, breathable, just very like nice and flowy and very like what the elves from Lord of the Rings wear.
Yes.
Kind of fabrics.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
very just like soft like blues and greens and stuff like that.
Okay. Yes, we can do this, and all this is familiar to us. So this should be easy to design.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Mhm.
And then for the undershirt bit,
Mhm.
I'm hoping for something a bit sturdier. I plan to wear that piece quite often, not just with this outfit, but with other outfits as well.
I see. It looks down at the kind of like it like listens what you're saying and like looks down at the. I believe. Are you asking for? Is what you're asking for a binder? Is that what you are? Is what you're asking for?
Yes, I believe that's what it's called.
Oh, we have a few stock ones because given that safety becomes an issue with that and making sure that your breathing stays proper. So if you'd like to go to some of the dressing rooms and try on a few of our stock ones just to make sure that you're able to breathe fully but still does what you would like it to, you can try those on at your leisure and let me know which ones fit the best.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
And then of course yours will be custom.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Who'd like to go next? All right. Hannibal.
So, I'm thinking of, instead of my silk pants, because these are silk pants, I want leather pants.
Oh, that's a choice.
Very similar to the one that Henry Cavill wears in The Witcher, like the high-waisted buttoned ones.
Better choice.
Yeah, not like tight leather pants.
And yeah, he's about to be like, leather does not breathe, and then realizes you're a Triton. Is like, that is not an issue for you.
That's right. No underclothing,
Yeah,
because I'm going to be
real
bare
quick.
chested.
Hannibal doesn't sweat, by the way.
That's right.
Like Hannibal is like a little cold-blooded and everything.
I'm
so
going to
jealous.
show him the picture. I want this long, knee-length, turquoise kind of frock coat. Waterproof if possible.
Oh, absolutely. You know where we are. Half my clients need everything waterproof.
Excellent.
Absolutely doable.
Excellent. On the shoulders, is there any way I could get large clusters of golden barnacles and coral?
We will have to commission out for those. We don't. Metalwork is difficult, but we know a few people. We can. May take a minute.
I'd
But
also
we can
be
get that
fine
done.
if it's just like gold silk, like threading maybe.
Embroidery? How about embroidery?
Yes.
Gold
That
thread
sounds
embroidery.
better, yes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Less likely to
Also-
be stolen.
True. Also, is it possible to make them kind of clasp onto this very cool cloak I want?
Cloaks? Oh, absolutely. So you want the cloak to clasp onto the coat?
Yes.
Right.
And if possible, I'd like the sleeves to end just before my elbows to let these puppies, my arm fins, breathe.
Absolutely. Would you like would you like them to end, or would you like sort of a slit cut out of the sleeve so that they can protrude out naturally, but the sleeve can come to the wrist?
No, I'd like them to end before the elbow.
End before the elbow. Right?
To
Would
show
you like
off
them to
these
end?
guns.
Would you like a cuff on that so that it looks as if they are rolled up, or?
Yeah, actually, I'd like the cuff to kind of look the same as those coral barnacle shoulders.
As for the attachments for the cloak, would you like a multitude of attachments so that you can have it hung around the shoulders, or have it be closed around you for warmth? Or
Oh, no, I want it to flow behind me like I am elegant.
yes, but we can add in multiple buttons so that you can adjust it. So if it becomes cold, you can
yes.
pull it around yourself instead.
I actually am very resistant to the cold, though.
All right, then we will keep it open. All right.
Excellent. I'd like a very high collar just below my chin. And also maybe a way to fasten it around the neck. I think, but I also want to wear it open.
It's like, so hey, you're gonna do just like just the top button, and then it comes open from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cholo.
No, I'm just gonna have the high collar
It's a
up below the
choice.
chin. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay, so
It's
just
such
like
a choice.
okay.
Right. Yeah, very high, ostentatious collar if possible. And if you can, throughout the inside of the coat, deep pockets for like my spell components, my wand, my spell book, to maybe like a fastened kind of strap for my spell book. And I tend to carry my dog around in my coat, so a big pocket to accommodate him.
Make sure that's reinforced. May I measure these objects so I can make make them custom?
I whip out my wand and my spell book and everything.
Not that kind of store, sir.
Sorry. Wand and spell book, and just go. Here you go.
Okay. Yeah, he'll measure them so he can get like a specific wand pocket, so it's not so it's like just the width of the wand, like almost like a wand holster.
And the cloak, I'd like it to flow from the shoulders, be slightly transparent, colored like seafoam. You know that color, seafoam?
Oh, I'm very familiar. Yes.
And I'd like the cloak to look like a cluster of intricate, shimmering fish scales that flow down from my back. And I want the cloak to be semi-transparent.
All right, you've provided a challenge, but nothing we can't do. Come, let's take a look at fabrics.
And a pair of your sandals.
Oh, of course. Yeah, let's go take a look at fabrics, and we'll go find fabrics and stuff to look at. You actually find a fabric that comes in that fish scale pattern.
Ooh, sweet.
Like it was already made. So it's like, this will make this so much easier. And yeah, so you can go ahead and get that done. Who would like to go next?
Sweet.
All right, Ilvem.
I'm muted.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm looking for a high-waisted paper bag waist pant in the deepest like midnight black you have, a cream colored corset with like ivory to kind of like mark where like the boning is, with some like very deep forest green embroidery, just like not a paisley pattern but not a paisley pattern. A cerulean blouse, opalite buttons, high collar, big ruffles in like the front, large poofy, not like poofy shoulders, but like a poofy sleeve that cinches in at the wrist, again with some more ruffles.
Would you like more poofy or more billowy?
You know what? I think billowy. Yeah.
Catches the wind, hangs but catches the wind when you move.
Yes.
All right.
And then just like a pair of nice, sturdy black boots with a thick heel that's about 2 to 3 inches. And then a coat that I can just wear on my shoulders, that I don't actually like put my arms into the armhole, you know? Very much in the shape of you've heard of that one wizard, Howl, right? And he has that like really cool pink and blue coat.
I believe so, yes.
Very well known for it. Just like a midnight blue, like very deep navy.
All right. Would you like us to put in now? I understand that the coats over the shoulder look is very easy to attain if you're not moving much. But you all seem to me as some people on the go. Would you like the attachment of perhaps some hooks or something that will secure the jacket so you can wear it around your shoulders, but then it will not fall off if you move too much?
No.
All right.
I don't want the blows to get all fucked up.
That makes sense.
Aesthetically speaking.
That is, yes, structurally that would be difficult. All right, yes. All right, yes, we can do.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And that brings us to Drew.
Okay, so from a pocket, Drew pulls a piece of paper, unfolds it, and bam, he has colored pictures.
Oh, are you using the flower to do colors?
Yes, that's what I was doing, bitches.
I thought you could use it as like an example. Like, I want this color. Like, oh, cool.
No, well, I do
All
have
right.
the color. So like, there's like off the shoulder, right? Like it's green. They look like leaves because I like leaves. Okay, like this shape, and she'll hold up a leaf.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like it's blue, but it's like pinched. Like there's lots of pinch waves, like air, like air flowing. Okay, and then there's sleeves, and like they're like buckled right here, and then they go long to flow in the breeze, right? But then there's a belt, and then there's pants, right? But then there's a skirt, but it's like it's very like
Drew pulls out a
this
smartphone.
style of bridal gown. You guys can't see. There we go.
Nope.
Where is it? Fuck. Turn my brightness down. Like that style of bridal gown.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Love
it
it.
doesn't pull out a phone, but like
Right. Describes it basically, yeah.
And then so from the back it looks like I'm wearing a really nice long flowy skirt, but then I can still move, you know,
This
and
makes
not
sense.
be
Yes.
impeded. And then boots that are like leather, but then there's like darker leather wrapped around them to like really secure them to my legs.
All right. Yes, this is
You
all
want
doable.
the-
Yes.
Do you want the drawing?
Oh, yes, that would be helpful. Yes.
Here's the drawing.
All right.
And I forgot, on the bottom there's also scrawled a hooded cloak that's dark green. I didn't have time to draw it.
Okay, we can do this. Yes.
But yes.
All right. Let's take a look at fabrics, and then he takes you over to the fabric swatches and shows them to you and everything.
Yes.
All right. But yeah, they all finish getting your descriptions, and then they get to work. Like all three of them working along with Weaver the Warforged. Weaver, it seems like Weaver, like he seems to have like multiple like sewing tools, like scissors and shears, and like different like sewing tools like in the wrist that just like rotate out instead of his hands. And then the one on the right is just like a sewing machine, so like you can hear him in the back as you start just like the sound of a sewing machine just starts sewing. And yeah, there's a bit of downtime while they're working, but it seems like they work pretty fast.
Ask
So y'all,
Sid something during
yeah.
this downtime.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but I suppose that's up to Sid. But
Sid,
What?
can you do my hair like this? With like little braids and like a little bun on top.
Like take the side bits, bun on top, rest of it leave down, braid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. Like right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll sit down and I'll braid Drew's hair.
okay. All right. Yeah, so
I
they-
also ask for a pair of sandals like what he's
Okay.
wearing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. These ones appear to be, as I mentioned, they appear to be from Pontos, which is the land of the sea dwarves. That is on the end of the Crescent Peninsula, just before it becomes the Crescent Isles to the north. Just pretty much, actually, just if you were to leave the port of Pyre and sail straight west, you would pretty much hit Pontos.
Did
It's
I
like the
mention that
land
the
slopes
boots should
down.
be shin high? Like up to like mid shin, below knee, but still like relatively tall.
Thank you. We will take into account.
Thank you.
Like, pokes his
Sid's
head
are
out from back.
Sid's sandals. He wants them thigh high.
Thigh high sandals.
Yes!
Boom.
Mine up to the knee, please. That's all.
All right, all right.
Should I get a toe ring?
Yes.
You've webbed feet. Can you get a toe ring?
Right. Should I
You
pierce?
have to
Hear me
pierce the
out.
webbing.
Here's the webbing.
Pierce toes.
Oh God.
Maybe I should. I don't have an. Okay, well, maybe I should get a septum, but Hannibal doesn't really have a nose. He just has slits for
Oh
nostrils.
no.
Animal with an eyebrow piercing.
I don't have eyebrows.
Did you have a brow bone?
I just have very big ridges.
You can get those pierced, baby.
Should I get my eyebrows pierced? No.
Do you want
I'm
to?
not saying
I don't know.
no.
If you want to, do it.
I can do it myself.
No.
I can do it.
Sickle.
Wash it first.
No, I am very excited for my new clothes.
Yeah.
Xenon, what are you getting?
I just got some. I just
Toga?
got some things off the rack.
Toga?
Toga.
No, just a.
Toga.
Just a
Toga.
kinda nice.
Toga. Toga.
Toga.
Toga.
Toga.
Toga.
Free the nipple. Wear a toga.
I'm good. I'm okay. Thank you.
I don't
Your
even know
stuff
what
all looks
toga
great.
is.
I just.
At least wear like a nice like scarf or something. Something that has a pop of color.
You can have my old scarf. This
I think
gray
I'm
one.
all right. You say gray?
Yeah, it's a gray scarf.
What about
Like
like a
when you got
nice
it?
silk handkerchief?
It's on my character portrait.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, that's right. It is.
I feel like a
Oh, that's
nice
right, you wear it like an
silk,
ascot.
like silver handkerchief for you. I
Or is it an
I
ascot?
suppose. Yeah.
feel like that'd be good.
Yeah. So they like a couple times they'll like pull some of you aside like into the dressing rooms to like try something on and like see how it fits, and then like if it's too tight or too loose or something, they'll go back and start like making some alterations. But yeah, it doesn't take too long. While you're sitting there, KO will kind of just like, so what brings all of you to town exactly?
To see if I'm a prince.
Right. Oh yes, the meeting with the suzerain. Do you mind if I ask what you all did before coming here?
Yes.
Walked.
Fair enough. Your business is your own.
We rode an elephant actually,
And walked.
and walked.
Mainly, we do sort of odd jobs.
We're mercenaries.
Sometimes, yeah. Honestly, we're kind of mercenaries. Sometimes for money.
Oh, that.
We have a
We
house.
forget to ask for money.
We never ask for money, though. We're not.
But we
good
get paid
mercenaries.
anyway
We're
most
not-
of the
we're not-
time.
We
So
do. We
hard,
do
though.
usually get paid.
We usually get paid to let children play with our elephant.
Sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So mercenaries, I guess, if we had to put a name on it.
All right.
Mercenary sounds so evil.
But really and truthfully, we're just a group of siblings adventuring and discovering and doing our best to learn.
And doing our best not to forget Xandor.
I appreciate that, but I also just appreciate the fact that you gave me like shoes and clothes and weapons and food. So I'm good, really.
Oh, yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna pamper the fuck out of you, Xanorn. Just because I
Thank
want to
you.
see your reaction.
Thank you.
We found him outside of a pyre. He was kind of homeless.
I had fallen on some hard times, yeah.
And now he has a lot of swords that I bought him.
I have two, yeah.
Hannibal,
Yes.
you had expressed interest in learning how to use the rapier. Do you want mine? I don't need it anymore.
Okay.
Okay. One less thing for me to carry.
Do you want something? I'll trade you for it.
Well, what do you have to trade?
Clothes.
Then no.
A crowbar. That's mine. You can't have it. A pythons. A pouch. A wand of smiles.
Nope.
Toenails.
That's the giant's toenails, right?
Yeah, I'm keeping those for potion components.
Okay. How about when you turn those toenails into potions, you give me one of the potions?
We'll see what it turns into first.
Okay.
Do you want to carry this banner?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I guess I don't have anything that trades in.
Well, then here you go.
Sweet. I am not proficient in this.
I can teach you.
Thank you. I now have a rapier. I'm gonna like flourish with it.
Oh, that
Maybe
stance
not
is all
inside a
wrong.
store.
Your stance is all wrong.
It's not.
When Sid's done doing Drew's hair, she's gonna put the rose in it on one side and then the flower from Aja in the other side.
Oh.
Well, hold on. Let me braid those in so they don't fall out.
You can do that?
Yeah, of course.
Shit, yeah.
I will braid them into the hair.
Okay. All right. And then eventually they come out with your completed outfits.
Time to commission some portraits.
Here you go. All done.
Oh,
Awesome.
they're so good.
Oh, I need a change room.
Oh yes, there are plenty.
I sprint to a change room.
Okay.
Get rid of my shabby, torn off sleeve red coat. And slip on the new outfit, leather pants and all.
Nice. There you go.
Nice. I will go put on my outfit.
Mm-hmm.
As will I, but I will lovingly fold my regular clothes and put them into my backpack.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn my clothes in a dumpster.
I imagine that Sid's the last one to come out after changing, and sort of just like kind of quietly walks out and like makes eye contact with Ilvem, and is just like doing this. And Sid's the flattest that he's ever been, and he's like kind of crying about it.
All right. And the Chaos says, all right. To the racetrack then?
Yes, please.
Let's
All right.
go.
I'm about to bet all my gold.
Have to pay?
No, no. The suzerain took care of this for you.
Luxury.
Look how flowing my outfit is. Oh, this cloak is
Look
gonna
how flowing my
I'm gonna
outfit is. I'm just gonna like
billow in the
swish
wind.
her hips.
Yo, I'm gonna swish everything. I just hope these leather pants don't rip.
Sid's gonna slip on his signet ring for the first time in a very long time,
Mm.
and is gonna wear that. And it's a nice little, it's a very simple sort of silver ring that looks like twisting vines with like a single like opal just right in the center of it.
All right. Oh yeah, and they get Xanorn set up with his stuff, and like
Oh, God.
it seems like he's wearing basically like it's a pretty simple, just like black vest with a fairly traditional white shirt underneath, black pants, like knee-high riding boots. But then like he goes over to them, and it seems like you all convinced him to do something more interesting. And he was looking around while you were all talking and hanging out, and he directs them at something, and then like goes and like, you know, they go and get something and alter it a little bit towards the tail end before they bring all your clothes. And he comes out and he has added on top of all of that, still the regular stuff underneath, but he's added on top of that a long coat that starts as a sunrise orange at the left shoulder, and then diagonally transitions to like a icy blue in the bottom right corner of the bottom.
Nice.
I was
Love
kind of scared that it was gonna go to red, and I was gonna be like, "Shit, Drew's mom," but we saved it. We saved it.
You convinced me to get something more colorful, so
It looks good.
Look great,
It looks good,
Xanorn.
Xanorn.
thank you.
You
Thank
didn't
you.
get a toga.
I did not get it. We couldn't convince him, unfortunately.
Next time. There's always another time.
I'll come back and buy a toga for myself.
Lovely, wonderful, fantastic. You are my favorite customer now.
You are my favorite.
Stop.
Stop.
No, you stop.
No, you stop. All right, next time you're next.
Are these tailors like
Are they, you know?
No, you stop.
It says, all right, thank you for your business, and next time you need fine clothing, remember, Barbus, and Barbus, fine clothing makers.
I'm never gonna forget that name.
Me neither.
We appreciate it. Come again. It was lovely having you.
Bye, thank you again.
Thank you for avoiding my giblets.
You're welcome.
Guys,
All right.
shoes.
Do you like wearing
How
shoes?
do you do this?
So our feet don't get dirty and we don't step on rusty nails.
Yeah, not all of
protect your
us
feet.
have the bottom of our feet as tough as rocks.
Yeah, not all of us are coward little monsters.
Sure.
Look at my
You
sandals.
look wonderful, Drew. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Look at these pants. They're so flexible.
I think my sandals are better than yours, though. Pulls up entire camping.
Oh, that's right. I like that you're wearing pants, so it's just like a surprise. They just keep going.
Yeah.
Like that, like the one scene in Emperor's New Groove when Yuzma's like,
Oh. This. Ah!
I don't sweat, so I can wear leather pants.
Nice.
Like
It's a look. It's a choice, and I appreciate it.
Sid is wearing the equivalent of those thigh-high Converse.
I was thinking
How
the Converse pants.
Dare you? How dare you?
The absolute disrespect that is happening in this game today.
I am offended.
Anyway, you head through the streets, and you make your way over to the racetrack, which is very easy to spot. It like is a huge, like oval-shaped Colosseum-like building that dominates the landscape of this one section. It is taller than every other building around it, and especially because as you get closer, you can see that it's like surrounded by buildings and warehouses and stables meant to support it. So there's not a lot of other stuff. Like if you're coming to this area, you're probably coming to the racetrack. And KO will like you can get up to like the main entrance where you can see people lining up and you can hear cheering from inside. But we'll take you over to like a side part of the like main archways that lead in, where there's like ushers standing by and like people letting people in. And goes up to someone standing at the side and says, "We are here as guests of the suzerain. I believe we should be down. We should be down on the list. I'm Captain KO, and this is Hannibal." Or actually just under the name Hannibal, I believe. And they'll go back and check a list and then like undo a velvet rope and be like, right this way, everybody.
Oh, fancy.
And yeah, you go in and it's like everyone else is going straight in like towards the racetrack, but you all go like not as far into the like because you're kind of going underneath the seats at this point, the stadium seating. You go up and to the right and start going up a narrow staircase. What?
Picture in the group chat made me laugh.
It's cursed, and I hate it.
No! Stop!
Oh, God. So yeah, you go up these stairs and you can you go up these stairs, and when you get up to this place, it's like you can tell that you're underneath the seating back here, and this appears to be a more exclusive area. There's like sconces on the wall, like sculpted sconces on the walls for not torches, but like candles. There's a rug running down the middle of the hallway. It's like a deep blue and looks very well maintained. And you kind of just like keep going along this hallway. It curves around the outside. There's windows to the right that look out over the city. And then eventually you start to see doors on your left. And he leads you through until he opens up a door that leads out into a box seat, which is basically, it's got like tables and chairs and even like a section set up with like food and drink and everything, and seats that look down over the racetrack. And then the attendant will say, well, here you go, folks. There is, if this is your first time here, we have an exclusive restaurant further down this hallway if you just keep going to the end, where you can eat and watch the races, as well as if you would like to gamble or place any bets, there is a bell inside. You can ring it and a person will come up to take any bets you'd like to place before each race. If you need any refills on the food or drink in there, just please let us know, and have a wonderful, excellent time.
Ding, ding, ding,
Fantastic,
ding, ding, ding,
thank
ding.
you.
Yeah, would you like to play some bets?
Yes.
All right, well,
20 gold,
all right.
which is all my gold.
All right, would you like an overview of the racers for today?
Yes, please.
All right, he's going to give you two, but I'm going to tell you. So basically, for those of you not familiar with how this is going to work, there are dinosaurs racing. I'll tell you the name, the type of dinosaur, and their odds. Basically, the way this works is it is going to be the roll of a D8.
Let's bet it's a house fund.
No,
Oh,
So
absolutely
if-
not.
the odds it's pretty much like this is going to represent like chunks of races and everything, so not like specific races. Because the way it works is you bet on a dinosaur and I tell you the odds, and then you roll a D8. The odds determine what numbers on the D8 constitute a win and which ones constitute a loss. The odds also determine how much money you get. So, for example, 7-to-1 odds, the best odds, you win on from a 2 to an 8. So anywhere from a 2 to an 8, you win. So as long as you don't roll a 1, you win money. However, you get your wager divided by 7 in money. So like you would win less than 3 gold on 20 gold.
Gross.
This goes all the way to the other end with 1 to 7 odds, where you only win on you roll a d8, you only win on a 1, but you win 7 times your wager. So you would win 140 gold.
Mm.
So I'll read you the dinosaurs and their odds. Just keep track of which one you would like, and then I'll tell you their odds and what to roll. So who all would like to bet?
I'm not gonna bet. Victoria said that it was a really slippery slope.
I'll bet, but I'll bet a small amount. I'll bet like 5 gold.
All right.
I bet 20. Uh-oh.
Okay. So here are the dinosaurs. So at the very top, these are going to go most likely to win to least likely to win. They're in order of odds. So it's 7-to-1 odds. We have the young Tyrannosaurus, Hurricane Shade. Next up with 5-to-1 odds, we've got a young Allosaurus, Lonesome Dinner. And also at 5-to-1 odds, we've got a Hadrosaurus named Ace's Earl. Coming in at the 3-to-1 odds, we've got a young Tyrannosaurus named Celestial Curiosity, and a Dimetrodon named Strike Smile.
Oh, Dimetrodons are so cool.
In one of the larger categories, 2-to-1 odds, we've got Confused Circle, a baby pterodactyl. We also have two Deinonychus in this category, Pride, Regret, and Lullaby Lap. Next are 1-to-1 odds. 1-to-1 odds, even money, 50-50 chance of winning. We've got a Dimetrodon called Successful Sand, and a Tyrannosaurus named Troubled Brawn. Now we get into the underdogs. The ones that are a little less likely to win are 1-to-2 odds. So these will pay out twice as much. A young Allosaurus named Feature Thief, a Dimetrodon named Sunshine Spirit, a young Tyrannosaurus named Playful Crowd. Moving down to a little bit less likely to win, we've got in the 1-to-3 category, a Dimetrodon named Rainy Thistle, and a Deinonychus named King's Kitchen. Coming towards the end, we've got in the 1-to-5 category, getting really unlikely to win now, a young Allosaurus called Lord Flattery, and a Deinonychus named Day's Duty. And then the least likely to win, with 1-to-7 odds, the only one of his kind in this competition, a young Triceratops named King of the Cargo.
I love him.
I love all these dinosaurs. I love Dimetrodons. I love Deinonychus.
You explain to me the rolling rules for Confused Circle again?
Confused Circle? Sure.
Mhm.
So Confused Circle was a baby pterodactyl with 2-to-1 odds. So if I go down to my table here. Okay, so 2-to-1 odds. Basically, the way that's going to work is you will... Why does it say D3? You will roll a D... For this one's a D6. And
Okay.
you win on a 4... Or no, on a 3, 4, 5, or 6, you win. And
Sick.
you get whatever your wager is divided by 2 back.
Why am I doing this? I'm gonna bet on King of the Cargo.
Okay. 20 gold on King of the Cargo.
Yeah.
Cool. 5 gold on Confused Circle.
I'm an
All right.
underdog. I root for the underdog.
Okay. Anybody else would like to bet?
No, it's a
How
slippery
much
slope.
money do I have? How much money do I have?
Drew, we can bet the house fund. We can do it soon. No.
I will bet 50 gold on King of the Cargo.
Oh my god. Stop.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys.
All right.
Diversify your portfolio.
God, the
So-
urge to drop 80 gold on King of the Cargo right
Stop.
now.
Do it.
I'm not
I
going
have
to slippery slope.
200 gold.
It's a
You
I
see
slippery
have
King of the
slope.
Cargo,
gold.
by the way. King of the Cargo is like an old, big-ass Triceratops.
Yes.
Like,
We
you're pretty
love
sure
him.
he used to be a cargo hauler.
Yes. We're buying a Triceratops as well. We're buying King
Yeah,
of
is
the
he
Cargo
like gonna
and
retire
saving them.
soon?
All right, so, I mean, he's still racing. It's still going. So, all right.
Hannibal, do you have any magic that can help King of the Cargo? Is that allowed? Can you use magic?
That's very much not allowed.
Super not allowed.
Possibly.
It's like, I only have magic to affect the other
This
dinosaurs.
is so stupid. But it's like really stupid. I'm gonna look. Can I see King of the Cargo from here?
Absolutely, yes. He is
Okay, I'm
hard to
I'm
miss.
gonna cast Sending
Okay.
to King of the Cargo
You guys sending to a Triceratops.
and say, "You can do this, buddy. You got this. You are my new best friend. You got this.
Okay.
If I was a bard, I would inspire you, but I am not.
Okay.
You've got this. I was going to cast Enlarge on you, but
You've
I
definitely gone over the 25 words at this point.
yeah, I have. Whatever. And then I go, okay, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So
I
yeah,
guess
he
it-
takes down your wagers. It'll like this will be like a chunk of races, so you'll all go throughout. So like time passes throughout this process. You can get some food. You can watch the races. You can take a look around. So if there's anything else you want to do throughout this process, just let me know.
Is there
Um,
anybody around to schmooze with? I want to
So you have a-
schmooze.
This is a private box, so there's like it's just you all in here. But if he did the usher did say that further down there is a restaurant that you can watch from, so you would be able to probably schmooze over there.
I'm gonna go schmooze.
You want me to come schmooze with you?
If you want to, I just feel like it's good to make connections where you can, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel that. I'll come with you.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do the rolling real quick. So for Confused Circle, Sid, roll me a d6.
Lol, that's a 2.
Confused Circle does not win the race you bet on. What's your
No.
bet?
Confused Circle, no.
Oh, but they put up a good fight.
It's okay. I love you anyway, Confused Circle.
We'll adopt Confused Circle as well.
All right. Okay, so then, all right, Hannibal and Drew rolling for King of the Cargo. So roll me a d8.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Each of us?
Yes, because they're different races. That way,
I got a-
one of you. It's possible one of you wins.
5.
King of the Cargo does not win that race. Is it a 1?
Yes.
One's
Oh
the number
my
you were looking for.
god! Oh my god!
So Drew, how much? Drew bet 50 gold,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So you're all watching. So you're watching this race, and like Hannibal, it was just like King of the Cargo did not do well. The race
I'm ready for this one
going
though.
for. But you're watching this one, and King of the Cargo just starts thundering along the track, just starts going as if hit by a burst of inspiration, using his massive size to just shoulder other dinosaurs out of his way, smacking it with his tail, using his horns, just bullying his way to the front of the line. He's not the fastest, but he's the most belligerent one on the track.
Yeah.
And he eventually just
The
bullies
Drew
his way
energy of this.
Yes.
bullies his way into first place. And then, people cheer. It's an upset. People are like tearing up betting tickets and the stands, stomping on them. Other people are weeping for joy as their big money ticket comes in. And a little bit later, there is a knock on the door.
Holy
Wow.
Oh.
yes, please come in.
The door opens and it is a different clerk holding a small lockbox, like wooden lockbox, basically, and opens it and says, "Your winnings, madam."
Thank you.
And in it is, of course, your bet back, along with an additional 350 gold.
Oh my god!
I have 1 gold now. Drew, that is your money.
I need to go buy something.
You do buy. Buy King of the Cargo.
I would love to, but I do actually have a plan for
Oh wow. Call that growth.
Is Keo in? the room
Yeah, he's
with
hanging
us?
around.
Keo.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Would you happen to know a place where I could buy a diamond that's potentially worth 300 gold?
Oh, I'm sure we could find something, yeah.
Okay. 'Cause
It's a
that's
smarter
what I want.
choice.
Is that Revivify?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my wildfire spells. And I'm like, this could come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Now Sam can kill us.
I don't get access to Revivify for 2 more levels because I'm multi-classed.
It sucks to suck.
Actually, it pays sometimes.
You're right!
I don't understand that reference.
Is that what you're doing when you're schmoozing?
Yes.
Yep.
In another booth. Just, so
I'm gonna need that sound.
I love King as the Cargo. It's a one. Oh, I lost 20 gold. I want to bet again, though.
It's a slippery slope. Don't do it, Hannibal.
What if I bet?
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't bet the house fund. We gotta
Don't-
pay off
don't
that
bet-
house so
going
Zach
don't bet the
can
co-
have a place to
Don't
live.
bet the communal fund. Don't bet the house fund. If you have nothing left, that's on you.
There's only 404 gold in the communal fund anyway.
Hannibal.
Don't touch it.
Imagine if
No.
we bet on King as a Cargo with 404 gold.
Absolutely the
lose it
fuck
all.
not.
Hannibal, do you want 20 gold?
Yes, please.
I will give Hannibal 20 gold.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is a lot of coins for the small goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, this is how I know I have a gambling problem. Hannibal's making sense.
Or we combine.
This is why I don't gamble, because also I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Or we combine the house fund into communal gold.
No.
Just
1,400 gold on King of the Cargo.
No.
and imagine if we won with that amount. Oh.
But
That'd
hear
be-
me out.
that'd be-
Imagine if we lost all of that money.
Right.
What I'm saying is touch either fund and I will beat you into next week.
I have power word kill now. Yeah.
Don't
Alright.
do it.
I'm not
While you're
going
deciding
to.
on while you're all deciding on what you want to do for next for betting, we're gonna go to Ilvem in the restaurant.
Schmoozing. We're
Or
schmoozing.
schmoozing.
Oh, yeah, so it's a lot of so basically one entire wall of the restaurant as you come in is just windows that look down over the racetrack. It looks like it kind of sticks out a bit. There's not really many stadium seats underneath it, so it's a little bit closer, so you can get a good view of the races from here. There's a bar that runs along one side. There are booths like against the walls, and then up against the windows are like those smaller tall tables that people can sit at, so they can like watch the races a little bit easier. And you see a fair amount of people in here. It's like the middle of the day, so it's like it's not too many people in here, but it is, there's people around.
Okay. I'll swing by the bar for a glass of like sparkling wine.
Okay. Yeah, you get that. It does appear that everything basically they bill everything to your box if you're back here, and your box is with the suzerain, so you don't have to worry about paying.
Jeez.
Sweet.
I will also get some wine,
Is it the same with our beds?
but I will get a red because I'm classy.
In the in the box with you, there are like a couple bottles of wine and everything, and like some fruit and crackers and cheese, and like a charcuterie board is in there, and like just snacks and stuff. But yeah, you can get your sparkling wine in the restaurant. Looking around at the people, you see like you kind of get a little bit of a like, it's not really a party atmosphere in here at the moment. This kind of seems like the people who it seems like some regulars that come here and like hang out pretty often. So like several of them are like hanging out in booths and like individuals or small groups. You do see one woman sitting at like pretty much the only person sitting at one of the tall tables is a woman sitting by herself with like papers and stuff kind of spread out across the whole table, and she seems to just be like writing as she watches the races, kind of like idly looking out the window.
Does she seem like she would be interested in conversation?
Make me an insight check.
I would love to. Nine.
Okay. Is that a 1? Is that a nat
Yep.
1? Oh boy, you have absolutely no idea.
Can I roll an insight?
Oh, did you go with the restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, sure.
That is, what is that? That is a 15.
Okay. You get the sense that she's like doing work in here, but like in a place where she's doing work in a racetrack, so probably it's not too urgent, and she kind of seems like she could use a break.
She looks like she could use a break.
Oh, are you sure? I thought maybe she just didn't want to be bothered because she's doing work.
It doesn't seem urgent. I don't think
Okay.
it was super important that she'd be doing the work in here.
Oh, good point. I hadn't thought of that. I will walk on over.
She sees you coming over, and kind of there's that look where you realize that someone is walking towards you, and eventually, and they couldn't be going anywhere else. And just as you come up to her table, just hello, how can I help you? She's wearing just kind of like the best way I could describe them would be like the clothes that a dock worker would wear in style, but made of much nicer fabric and like make. Like the style, like the general structure of the clothes is basically like workers' pants, shirt, and jacket, but then like the material and the cut and the make of them is all like very high quality.
Hi, I'm Ilvem. This is my brother Sid. We're new in town. And so, we just thought, seems like a great place to meet people.
Oh, nice to meet you. My name is Aminara. Nice to meet you.
Anara.
Aminara. Aminara.
Marinara.
She does not appear. She also kind of does not seem to be around here. She does not look like native Kikuian.
Can I see? Sorry, can I see what she's working on?
Yeah. Give me a quick perception check to kind of like read upside down and see if you're trying to be subtle.
I don't want to talk about it. That was
It's
5.
Yeah, it's kind of you kind of have to like catch yourself doing one of these, and then she sees you and then just like slides some papers over. Just like subtly, not like pointedly, just like casually as she's looking at Ilvem. Very nice to meet you. What brings you to town?
Oh, we're just adventuring, you know, the age old. You hit your early 20s, and you want to go see the world.
I suppose, yes. That somewhat sounds familiar, though I don't know if I would call what I did adventuring.
Oh, what did you do?
I moved here about 25 years ago. At this point, no, closer to 20 years ago.
Why?
Well, like you said, I was young. I was looking for new places to move. I'm a playwright, or at least I used to be more of a playwright, but that's what brought me down here. I didn't have too much of an audience up north, and I decided to try my luck down here. I'm originally from Silmalon on the northern coast.
That is so cool. I just recently got into performing myself.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Can both of you make me an insight check as you say that?
It was better. 13.
12.
Okay. You can sense all you can sense. You get something out of that. Is that as soon as you said like, "Oh, I'm a performer myself," like the body language, just like a little bit of tensing up, a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of eyeing towards the door.
Do you not like performances anymore? I'm
sorry?
not an actor.
No. Oh,
you just tensed up
you're
a little
not.
bit.
You're. Oh, I'm so sorry. My plays have gotten a bit of recognition. Or I don't want to say popular. It seems like have a big head, but I can't deny that people do seem to enjoy my plays, and you will not believe the amount of actors that will come hunt me down and try and find me to start up a conversation and say, "Oh, you're a playwright. I happen to be an actor. Are you casting anytime soon? Are you producing any new plays?" And just try and find me. This is why I come here to work.
Yeah. The tenseness makes sense. No, I'm not much of an actor. Maybe I don't know. That was never really interested me before. But I've always been really good at the flute, and so I just recently started sharing that with other people.
I bet you have.
Shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
Well, musical performance is definitely a noble art. Have you come to the city looking for performing opportunities, or is something else brought you here?
We mostly just came to, discover stuff, look around. I'm not necessarily looking for any performance opportunities, but if one were to fall into my lap, I wouldn't say no.
Have you heard much with or done? Have you encountered much of the war at all since you've been here?
Nope.
Where did you come from last?
We came from Pyre.
Oh, all right. Interesting. I went to Pyre. I've been to Pyre a little bit. I stopped by on my journey south when I first came through here. It's a lovely city. I wish I could have spent more time there.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. If you find yourself there again, you should go to the Onyx Cabaret. The owner, Mirth, very delightful.
Oh, maybe once things clear up a bit, I can find my way, get a vacation to head north and find my way up there. I'm always looking for good entertainment, and especially places where I'm less popular.
Fair.
Is it difficult for people living here to get to other places? What with the conflict?
Somewhat, yes. Generally, it needs to be over sea as opposed to over land, and obviously, with the north being effectively blockaded, which is not terribly different. There aren't many good roads that connect from the north anyway, especially given Bastion or land south of Bastion lacking much in the way of infrastructure. It's pretty much a straight shot down from there with no towns or cities to stop it on the way. Makes it difficult for caravans. Did you have a good voyage on your way into town?
Yeah, it was very uneventful overall. It was really nice. It was my first time on the water.
Deception check, please.
Yes, sir. Which dice is feeling like a liar today? This one is. Uh, 12 plus my deception skill is plus 6, so 18.
18, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's lovely. It's been a while since I've been out on a boat. I've been mostly landlocked here, busy with work for quite some time. But hopefully things clear up soon.
And what is your work, if you don't mind me asking? Are you working on more plays or?
A bit, yes. Plays somewhat, but I also, my skill as a writer has been valued by others as well. Just the odd essay, pamphlet, announcement, that sort of thing. Maybe a few speeches here and there.
Cool. Do you have any recommendations for like a place to go for a nice night of entertainment? I would love to catch a play or something.
Well, we don't exactly have the arts and entertainment district that Pyre does, but there's certainly a couple good. Let's see. I hate to. I'm trying to think based on my interactions. Some of my opinions on some theaters and things are very much influenced by my experiences having worked with their management, but I'm sure they're lovely places to go to. I suppose the Regal Crown Theater in the Southern District is very nice. They're well managed from what I remember last time I worked with them, and they put on good shows.
Well, we'll definitely check it out.
All right. Well,
yeah. Sorry, we'll let you get back to your work if you'd like.
Okay.
It was very lovely meeting you. Maybe while we're still in town, we can meet up and catch a performance or something together sometime.
That sounds lovely.
You can find us at Neil.
Oh, the Keone Estate?
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Right. Good to know. Thank you.
Enjoy your day, and good luck if you're betting.
Oh, thank you. You as well. If you'd like to try and take one more look at the papers to try and get a sense of what she was working on, you can. It'll be a little harder now, but you can still try again.
Can I assist by like leaving extravagantly?
Just like trying to I suppose you can count like that whole exchange. But you can catch us here. We're staying here like that.
Yeah.
And give Sid more time to look. So yeah, I'll give you advantage on this one.
Yay!
It's a play.
Okay. That's much better. That is a 18.
Okay. You can definitely tell she kind of shuffled some things around, but you can definitely tell she is multitasking here. She's actually working on multiple things at once and kind of just bouncing back and forth between them. Definitely working on a couple plays, but you also see she was in fact working on essays and letters and things like that. And just from looking at them and glancing over and just speed reading a little bit, you don't exactly get you kind of get the gist of some of them.
Mm-hmm.
The essays she's writing are basically essays that look like they're meant to be published publicly, getting up support for the turncoats in the war.
Okay.
The letters appear to be things entreating foreign leaders to support the turncoats in the war. And you also see just what looks like a little bit of troop and supply organizational ledgers and information mixed in there as well.
Before I leave, I'm going to sort of lock eyes with her
Mm-hmm.
And just say, you know, if support is something you want, I know that there's quite a few noble houses in Ulramar who have money to spare.
She was like going back to writing as Ilvem said goodbye, and then you say that, and she puts her pen down and turns back to you.
I've already turned around and I'm like walking away.
She just watches for a minute as you two leave, but then does not interrupt you. Goes back to writing.
Then we'll just spend the rest of the time
Intrigue.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet
Political intrigue.
I'm going to bet my next 20 gold that Drew gave to me
Mm-hmm.
on King of the Cargo again.
All right. Roll it. D8. Let's go. What is it?
8.
No, King of the Cargo does terrible this round. In fact, King of the Cargo may have tired himself out entirely. He's walking the last half of the race, like looking like me running the mile in gym class. Just fuck it, I don't care anymore.
There goes my 20 gold that Drew gave me. That was lots of fun.
Yeah. Eventually, Sid and Ilvem come back. You all have been watching a couple of races. Let's see. Let's have Xanorn bet on a race. Let's see if he can increase the amount of money he has.
Come on,
Does
Xanorn.
have money is the question.
Yeah, he does.
Bet on King of the Cargo. Bet all your gold on King of the Cargo.
No.
You all kept
No.
letting him take some, like, skim the silver off of the elephant rides. Like, you paid him when he did that.
Do that because we're good people.
He's gonna bet on Sunshine Spirit, the Dimetrodon. 1 to 2 odds. Not exactly the most, a little bit of an underdog. A little bit of an underdog.
Dimetrodons.
So hey, he wins.
Wow.
Yay.
Good job, Xanorn.
So he gets the like little bit of money he has. Now he has more.
Nice.
You find out where I have Xanorn's money down. He bet all of it.
Is it 350 gold more?
No. Xanorn bet his 20 silver.
That's
So-
that's 2 gold.
Yeah, so now he has 60 silver.
I have
Nice.
80 gold.
So he has 6
Mhm.
gold.
I have
Yep.
10 gold.
I have 1.
Yeah, so now Xanorn has more money than Hannibal.
535.
I'm so mad. I'm gonna take out that 1 gold coin.
Mhm.
Actually, I don't have a gold coin. I have 18 silver. Never mind.
Okay.
Can I?
Pocket
Do you
change.
do conversion here?
Yes, we do.
Can I convert this 18 silver into 1 gold and 8 silver?
We'll take the 10 silver and transfer it for gold for you, yes.
Thank you so much. You are my best friend.
Thank you, sir. So yeah, they go ahead and change that out for you.
Okay. And I'm so upset about losing these bets that I'm going to take that gold coin, put it
Mhm.
on a surface,
Mm-hmm.
and go, I'm bored. I want to do something fun. I'm going to pull out the animate object spell scroll.
Oh,
What are you doing?
what?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to put the...
I was just saying, like, that seems like a waste.
That's the fun of it.
How about we play a fun game where we just heat it up and then flick it at each other?
Okay.
How about we go to a theater?
Firebolt on the coin. In my
I don't want
hand.
that flicked at me.
Yeah, Kay was like, perhaps we should do this. If you're going to do this, we should do it not in the expensive establishment that may burn down.
I'm warning you right now that if you hit me with that hot coin, I am going to stick a blade through you.
I'm aiming it at Drusilla.
I'm just warning you, so that way when you get stuck with the blade, you knew what the consequences were for your
Fine.
actions.
Let's go, Drusilla.
Come on. Hit me.
I'm just gonna throw the cold coin at her forehead.
Make a ranged attack roll.
11.
That hit Drew's base. It just ding,
I'm
ding,
gonna
ding,
go
ding.
grab it.
Okay.
That's embarrassing. Like having to then just like go and pick it up sadly.
Yeah, inside with
Improvised
Xanor and
weapon.
Ilvem and is it inside with Xanor and Ilvem and Sid? KO was like, does that? Are you done for the day then here, or would you like to go somewhere else?
No.
I want to go shopping. Kale, what I talked about. I want to go.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You needed a jewelry store, right?
Yeah.
Or a jeweler of some kind.
Before we
Okay.
go, 1 gold on
Yes.
King of the Cargo.
All right, roll it.
7.
Nope.
You have a problem, Hannibal.
Hannibal loses all of his money betting on King of the Cargo.
It's so fun. I have 8 silver. Let's go.
You bet 8 silver on King of the Cargo?
No, 1 gold. I have 8 silver left.
Oh, I didn't know if you said let's go. I thought you meant you were going to try again.
Oh my god.
Yep. 8 silver on King of the Cargo. You guys, I'll catch up.
Okay.
No.
4. No gold. No money left.
Hannibal has no money.
Okay, let's go.
But there is a communal fund. Let's go.
Stop.
No.
I'm coming. Let's go.
Okay. So y'all head out. You can go. You can go to like a jeweler, and you can easily find a diamond worth 300 gold for Revivify, so you can get that taken care of.
I just need to go to a magic shop very quickly. I know I don't have any money, but I want to sell something.
Okay. Let's go find a magic shop.
So I can bet more money.
It is at this. It is actually at this point. It's starting to get dark.
No.
The yeah.
I
You
cast
spent.
daylight.
Do you have daylight?
No.
Okay. But yeah, it's starting to get dark at this point. You spent pretty much like between going to the tailor and getting your clothes all made and everything, and then like spending like those races were pretty spread out, so you kind of like relaxed and hung out for a while at the racetrack. So it is starting to get dark at this point.
Would you say we were in the race place?
A few
Racetrack.
hours,
Like, so 3?
maybe more than that. Yeah, depending on how long you wanted to stay there. But in order to get through all those races, probably at least like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Okay, can I say I also like put in between races like 3 hours on my transmuter stone?
Sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, sun's starting to go down. Kay will tell you that like after the jewelry shop, just like by the time we get to a magic shop, it'll probably be closed at this point. So we might have to go
Okay.
Are there any places with performers open?
We could certainly check.
Did you want to go check out the Regal Crown Theater?
See, my thing is that if it's a theater, I feel like they have like very specific play times, and so that's less of a spur of the moment thing. But just like a bar with some performers on a stage
Okay.
is more of a spur of the moment. But I would like to find out when the Regal Crown is doing something so that we can plan to go.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So you start looking around for just listening for music.
Yeah.
Okay. You're walking along, and at one point, actually, though, you do hear the sound of drums being played, like a small, like lap drum type of instrument. And if you follow that, you'll actually eventually come to a young woman sitting on basically sitting on a street corner, playing with like a case sitting open on the ground. In your like at least semi-professional opinion, Ilvem, she's actually very talented, just not getting a lot of attention. And in your experience, like generally just like a beat by itself doesn't really get much attention. So she's doing a good job, she's playing good music, but just like people are walking by and like maybe throwing coppers occasionally into the case, but like not getting much.
I'm gonna drop a gold into the case.
Oh, thank you so much. She pauses for a second. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Oh, no worries whatsoever. You're so talented. Would you mind if I joined in? I think I could find the rhythm.
Not at all. What do you play?
A couple different things, but I've only got a flute on me.
Okay, I certainly can't make things any worse than they are for me right now. So, Sounds fun. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Enhance ability for Charisma.
Okay.
And then like listen to her, let her like take the lead with it, and then follow in with my flute in like a complimentary kind of way. So it's like really highlighting how well she's doing, but just like to kind of like round it out more.
Okay. I forget to mention she's a halfling. I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Roll me a performance check.
Gladly. Ooh, okay, I rolled really well. 21.
Okay. So you're all like kind of hanging out and following in Ilvem. You see Ilvem go over and talk to this halfling woman and just like come up and start playing the flute. And like, you know, she starts out with a pretty simple beat. She has no idea like what you're bringing to the table, so she starts off with something simple to like let you kind of get started in. But then you do a really good job of like playing with the beat, but then syncopating your rhythm with the beat to basically like almost invite her, like, no, I know you can do better than that. Come on. And then like she starts getting more complex with the beat, and then you start like it's like this back and forth of the two of you kind of like pushing each other, like, you can do better than that, you can do better than that, you can do better than that, until you realize like you both can keep up with each other basically. And then you start getting into just naturally with the rhythm of like with the drum that she has and the tone it has like kind of a low mellow tone. So when you get into the faster rhythms, the initial beat of the drum really stands out, but then like the rest of the tone is a little rounder of a sound. So just to kind of compensate for that, and like you start getting into like a faster song to start to compensate for the roundness of the sound of the drum and really push the tempo, you can get into those really short kind of clipped notes with the flute, and just like rapid just like some rapid flute, just fingers flying across the surface of the instrument. And as you two are performing like this, just naturally playing off of each other really well, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, 3 of you plus Xanorn and KO are standing there like kind of just, or unless you want to wander off, that's up to you. But if any of you are just still standing there, like kind of a natural crowd's already standing there, and then like people just slowly as they're walking by stop, and then kind of start to gather and start to gather and start to gather. Can I get another performance check, please, as this performance continues?
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I'm a bard, when a spell has a verbal component, can I change the verbal component to like the music that I'm making?
I'm going to say absolutely yes.
Okay, great. Then I'm going to start casting Prestidigitation to do little like sparks of like fireworks.
Cool.
Okay.
As I start like moving around a bit.
Okay.
19.
All right, yeah. So you're all watching. Ilvem starts like moving around a bit, and like little like miniature fireworks start like popping off in the air. And like as the crowd gets bigger and bigger, you probably aim them up a little higher to like draw attention from people. You can see like all of you watching can see people like down the street are like, what is going on over there? Like they can hear music, they can see fireworks going off, and you start to gather a pretty sizable crowd at this point as this performance goes on. And the halfling woman that's the drummer that's playing behind you is just beaming from ear to ear as she plays. Like this is the biggest crowd she's gotten probably ever, and she's just loving this and continuing as she continues to play. And can I get one more performance check for kind of coming into the end of the performance?
Yes, you may.
And if you would like to do anything else with the spells and everything, those do add to the performance as well.
I don't want to do the same thing, but how far, like how close is the crowd? Like, can I have a 5-foot space around me that will not like that is just completely clear?
Yeah, definitely. Especially since you were like moving around a bit, kind of like established a space. It's like, you know, how people stand around street performers. It's like a good radius.
Okay, fantastic. Then I'm going to just be like continuously casting like sword burst. So there's just like a bunch of like opalescent spectral swords like now like swirling around me as well.
Okay. And also with that, so sword burst comes with a little bit of a sound and the sound of sword burst is like it's this metallic, like there's the burst of metallic, like. Or actually, I suppose because of yours, it'll be a little more of a crystalline sound. But you actually realize with the sound and just like knowing the spell before you cast it, it almost approximates like a cymbal crash.
Oh, fun.
So like as you're doing this, like you can kind of like the somatic component of it is probably like a foot stomp. So like as you're moving around and playing the flute, just like on the beat regularly, just stomping your feet and swords burst out with like a cymbal crash on each one.
Yeah. Right. Well, good thing I have fucking 18 this time.
Okay. Still
Natural
a fantastic
1 and then a 15.
All right. Still a fantastic.
Oh wait, no, that makes it a 19 because
yeah, okay.
15 plus 4.
Yeah.
I forgot that I was half proficient.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic performance comes to the end. You're like with between like the miniature fireworks you were doing and all the sword bursts coming up, you finally like the two of you like get in sync, kind of lock eyes towards the end. You're like, okay, we need to bring this in for a landing, and then you just like kind of improvise your way to a natural ending as you build and build and build and build and build and then just stop, and then like the sounds of like the last sword burst and the drums and the flute just kind of echo down the streets as then silence rushes in to fill it, and then the whole crowd just bursts into applause after a second, cheering, applauding. Coins are just like cascading forward out of the crowd. People are like the first row starts like trying to toss them in and stuff, and then like people are getting impatient behind them, and then like it's just like a rain of silver, copper, and your occasional gold just like falling forward, most of them not making it into the case, just like scattering across the cobblestones around.
While this is happening, I'm gonna also toss just 10 gold. Just
Okay.
10?
Drew's rich and feeling generous.
I am the bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie.
Drew got shoes and never was the same. Never looked back.
Oh, man. I want to try dancing to this music.
Okay.
So
Make me a performance, either dexterity or performance.
I'm gonna start doing a little jig. And I'm gonna try to do a backflip.
Okay, that one's acrobatics check.
Breaks neck.
16.
Hannibal is successfully. Sid, you look over and just like as Hannibal's like doing a little jig and then just like crouches down and then like it's an immediate like oh no, like you have,
Rip.
That guy's about to full scorpion.
you're like I have definitely helped people learn how to backflip and it takes some time, but then he surprises you and he successfully does a standing backflip right then and there. Hannibal, you're not sure if you could replicate that again, but in the moment the music fills you with inspiration and you just do a quick backflip. You get like your own little burst of applause from the crowd when that happens.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Do like a little bow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people begin to like disperse and leave as that ends, and she's like out of breath from playing. She's like, "Oh, God, that was amazing. That was fantastic. I've never performed anything like that before. That was so amazing."
Yeah, you're so talented. It's crazy.
I'm talented. You with the light show and then the swords and the flute music and everything. That was so incredible.
It was just really easy to follow along with your beat.
I never introduced myself. I'm Salula.
Well, it was lovely to meet you.
You as well. Would you like some of? I feel there's so much now. She kind of starts like scooping up coins off the ground.
Oh no, you're fine.
Are you sure?
Positive.
All right. Can I? Okay. I mean, I need to get all this home and somewhere safe. But can I buy you a drink sometime?
Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
great.
All right. I perform this corner most nights, so after a performance
I
like that,
will
maybe
make sure to come find you again.
Okay, thank you again so much. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right, have a wonderful rest of your night.
You too, and get home safe.
Yeah, I will. And she starts like trying to scoop up the coins and put them into her case.
So what do you want to do?
That was awesome.
That was very cool.
It was nothing.
I did a backflip.
You did do a backflip, and it was.
You did a backflip?
Yeah, I mean, I'll
It
show you.
was
I'll do it
pretty
again.
excellent.
Show me. Do it.
Oh God.
4.
Wham! Like, just you land on like right between your shoulders, basically. So like when you hit, your feet then just like go over your head, and like it's just ass in the air, and legs overhead, arms splayed out to the sides.
Ow.
It
It worked.
hurts.
It worked last time. Everybody saw me do it.
I can confirm the first one was
Here,
good.
get up. I'll do it again.
Oh my God.
Hannibal.
Wait.
Roll again.
12.
You kind of like you do it, but then like you make it almost all the way around, but you like land on like all fours basically. Like you manage to not crack your knees though when you land. It's like hands and feet on all fours in the ground, and then you can like stand back up. Wasn't pretty, but like it can technically count.
Well, practice. Practice makes perfect.
Right.
It's true.
Should I do one more?
No.
No.
No, I think you're
you
good.
proved your point.
It sounds like you really knocked the wind out of yourself.
Do we want to go find this Regal Crown Theater and get an idea of when they're doing performances?
That could be fun.
I could perform. I could do backflips.
It's like acting.
I can act.
Well, then-
Great actor.
Act. Do something.
I pretended that I liked you when we first met.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I don't think you did. I think
wasn't
you
Not even
talking
were.
about
slightly.
you.
Yeah.
I was
No.
talking about
You,
Hannibal.
You didn't pretend at all.
That's what you thought.
Right.
Who liked you even less?
I pretended like I was okay with our father.
True. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all heading over towards the Royal Crown Theater,
Painful.
Yes.
Regal
Regal Crown
Crown.
Theater.
Regal Crown.
Painful.
I want
Crown
a
Royal
Regal
Theater.
Crown.
Crown Royal
Let's do it.
Theater. Oh,
Nice.
my favorite theater.
All right. Yeah, you get over there, and at this point, it seems like they're like closing up for the night. It's like it's getting pretty late at this point. But you can see that they do have a schedule
Perfect.
posted for a couple plays. You can even they have like playbills out you can take just to like
hell
get
yeah.
a sense of like what performances are happening when. Seems they have a couple different plays in rotation throughout throughout the week.
Is there
Awesome.
a
I
musical
will
about
grab
a
a
rat
playbill.
chef?
I hate you.
Can I cast Feeble Mind on Drusilla?
No, you cannot. You don't have eighth level spells.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I will
So,
grab a playbill. I will look it over as we're walking back to the house.
Okay.
Can we get in touch with your playwright friend and make that a musical?
Hey, Aminara, I have had this fantastic thought. There's a rat. He's a chef. He controls a humanoid through his hair, and they sing. What do you think? Oh, I hate it,
How did you get in
and
my
you should
house?
leave me alone.
Get in my house.
We'll make our own musical.
Can play the flute.
I can play the forgery kit.
All right. And as all of you head back to the Keone estate for another night of relaxation,
One more
there with
backflip.
a nice elderly couple.
Natural 20.
Hannibal does a full-on standing backflip, and it looks really cool.
Oh, I was looking away. Dang, I can't believe I missed it.
And we're gonna end the session for the week.
No.
Yay!
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Thank you
For
for joining
episode-
us.
35.
Episode 35. Bellbottom booty jorts.
Bellbottom
Don't-
booty joints.
That's it. That's what I'm.
I mean, yeah. For once, Justin doesn't need to ask me what I want to name the episode. This one's just bell-bottom booty jorts.
Excellent.
All right. See you again here next week, everybody. It was lovely
And
seeing you.
We'll see you Wednesday.
Yes, and on Wednesday.
Should I straighten my mullet for next week?
Yes.
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 Sure.
And then put like gems in
Oh.
it, you know, like bedazzle it.
Hear me
Okay.
out.
That's not where I thought you were going.
Hear me out. Extensions.
Okay, bye.
Bye.